I had that dream again. My small business needs to hire, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So our orders get all backed up. We're drowning in paperwork, then actually drowning. Carol is fighting off sharks with a stapler, and pirates are pillaging the office copier, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant goes beyond the resume, using unique insights to deliver a smarter shortlist. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/quality. Start hiring today with LinkedIn.
Hi!
Hello, Hot Vibes.
And welcome back to the finale of Sense8 Season 2, technically kind of Episode 12, a more Vinci Omnia.
Yes.
Yay. Also, when the music that you played at the beginning of this, I swear to God, I've only really heard it through here. So whenever I listen to a podcast, I'm like, oh, this is the song. Because I just hear, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, I think I don't turn our audio all the way high because I feel like that'd be too loud. So when I do play it for us, I'm sure on your end it sounds like a bit in and out.
It's so in and out. I'm like, this is our song. This is our song for the podcast.
Yeah, and then when you actually listen to it on the actual podcast, it's I put in an actual fresh file.
It's actually music.
Yeah. How was your week this week?
How was my week? Week? I went to work yesterday. Highlight of which, I got a Stegosaurus.
Hey!
Isn't he cute? Turns out you can get ones that are mystery ones, in a little bag. And it has some of the characters from the show I've been watching. It has the Bumpy the Ankylosaurus. So I was like, oh my god, wait. Maybe I need to get one of these per paycheck and then I can collect them all. But I got a dinosaur. What actually happened this week that was productive? Goodness gracious. Oh my god. I moved my room around.
I noticed it looked different. But I couldn't tell if you moved it or you just were sitting in a different area this time.
I moved it. My couch is now a long ways over here.
Yes.
Which is where the desk was. It was right at that window. And so now it is over here, where the bed was. I put up a Doctor Who poster and everything. My flag is my curtain. And then so at the perfect time every day. Oh my god, this is insane! At perfect time every day, rainbows come through the
a rainbow light.
I went in my closet looking for stuff, and through the crack, it was just rainbow on everything, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And my PS4 controller, which usually refracts a little bit of light because it's shiny, it refracts rainbow now.
Oh, nice!
I was like, "This is sick. I'm never changing this." What else? Aside from getting back into dinosaurs, stuff had to have happened this week other than me moving my freaking bed around. No, I don't think anything did, to be honest with you. Still going to the concert. Still obsessed with dinosaurs. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all that happened. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I know what fucking happened. The teaser. The new teaser for the new season of 911 came out. And when it's a teaser, it usually just shows the, opening disaster.
Yeah, didn't you mention it was bees?
Yeah, I did. And so thankfully it had no character stuff in it. It was a teaser, it was 10 seconds long, and it just had to do with the opening disaster. So I did not watch it. I watched my mom watch it. Because all of my friends in my group chat were like, Effie, don't open it. Don't open Instagram. Don't open YouTube. It's there, okay? Don't do it. It's all bees. And I was like, thank you. You really keep me safe. And so I watched my mom watch it, and then she talked to me about it. It's not just bees. It's a bee tornado.
Interesting.
And then I proceeded to, even though I didn't see it, I couldn't sleep that night. Anxiety all over the place. I think I fell asleep 5 a.m. after trying so freaking hard to not panic. And then the next day I was supposed to go to the fair where there's a lot of sticky foods and outdoors. And apparently, according to my cousin, a little shack that shows you how they make honey with a bunch of bees in it. So I was like, I'm gonna skip. I'm not gonna go. So I didn't go. I stayed home. So I've been having a lot of bee related stress this week, a lot. So yeah, that was my week.
Fine. Nothing. Like, there's not really any memorable stuff to happen, honestly.
Yeah, no.
It's kind of just boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. Sounds right.
Sounds right.
I can't wait to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I will point them out as we get to certain points.
Okay.
Because I need to explain my thoughts.
Okay.
Because I do have thoughts. And
Okay.
I do need to address them when we get to certain points. And I will.
Okay. Because I was like, good or bad. I just want to hear what the fuck you think about some of the things.
We will see. We will see. We will all see.
we will all see. Okay. So, I was in the wrong thing and I moved this down. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. Okay. So, we start out with Wolfgang. He is still in the BPO facility and he's kind of having memories flash through him. And he's remembering his mother. They were sitting on the couch watching Eurostar, which is what him and Felix were watching when they were trying to steal that safe. So this was a thing that him and his mom used to do, and she said he has a beautiful voice and you shouldn't keep it a secret. And he points out that she has secrets, like the doctor she went to. She tells him to tell no one, especially his father. I'm not entirely sure what she means by this. It could have been
good,
something
because I
that
also
came up
didn't
later.
understand this. I thought it was come back later, and it didn't, and I'm like, the fuck
It
does that
didn't.
mean?
It didn't. I'm wondering if like maybe like she was hurt one time and went to a doctor, or something bad was happening with her and she went to her. Oh, how did she die? Actually, it just says status unknown, so she may not actually be dead. She could have just been away. Maybe she is dead. I don't know. Either way, we don't know how she died.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what that was. It could have come back if there was another season, if they decided to expand it.
But it feels weird, cause like I feel like they knew this was the end, right? When they were making this final episode, they knew this was the end. So I don't know why they would kind of leave like a little like, hey.
I think they left like little, teeny tiny, not as big things, just in case they could have expanded the story. Like little tiny things that not a lot of people would really notice, unless you're going through it on a podcast. And there was another one that felt a little open-ended to me, and I will get there when we get there, because that's way later.
Okay.
But basically they're secrets, and we do find out one of them in this episode, which I will go more into, because it's a little non-explained, but it's terrifying nonetheless. While he's laying there in BPO, he's remembering a lot of things, including murdering his own father, and one of the memories, he's singing for his mother in the kitchen when his father comes in, and he said, "Stop teaching my son to sing like a queer." Like he's being a dick. We all knew he was a dick. And he starts choking her, and Wolfgang yells at him to let her go, and he's like, "Oh, you're a mama's boy," and he's like, "Oh, there's something you don't know about your mother," and then it cuts off before.
The fact that I knew what he was talking about in this first moment, I was shocked and confused, and I still don't fully get it.
I will explain it to you.
Okay, thank you. Because I can think of like 3 different ways this happened, and some are worse than others. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she explains it later, but like I'll make sure it's like clear cut. But yeah. We don't hear the secret yet, because it cuts right back out. He does have a vague memory of watching his father enter his uncle's house. He's remembering a lot of like random little snippets here and there. And when he enters his mother's bedroom, she's been beaten and she's crying, and he tells her they have to go, but she's like, "He'll just come after us. It's not worth it, and I'm not worth it." So, obviously, being beat up by this guy has caused her to have some self-esteem issues. Not shocked. I would too. But from the bedroom of her Paris apartment, Kala is trying to establish a connection with Wolfgang while he's over in BPO. And she finally succeeds, because he's under a lot of sedation and blockers, but she finally gets through, and she visits him. She warns him not to say anything, because they're monitoring everything. And she gets him to come visit her, and she tells him that they have whispers, and they'll use him to free Wolfgang. So they have a plan to switch.
The two. Can I also just say, I hate the fact when we first see them like connect, it's like their hands are intertwining, and like I don't know if it was intentional or not. It's heavily focused on her wedding ring that Rajan gave. I noticed it right away, and I'm like, are you like? It could have been her other hand. You could have easily made it her other hand. I don't know why it had to be that, because it happens again later when they're like, when they like reunite or something. I forget what happens later, but it happened again, and I'm like, again, seriously. So I did want to point that out.
If it means anything, I would assume that it means like this is still something they need to talk about. This is still something that is looming over them, kind of thing. If it means anything, I'm not sure if it does or if she's just wearing her ring.
It just bugged me from like this whole past experience through this whole season. Really, this past season, like it really bugged me that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, really? It couldn't have been their other hands.
But on their other hand.
I'm just saying, like, because again, it happens again later, and I'm like, why is it her ring? Like, it's like all I can focus on. It's like, okay, anyway.
It's from a story perspective.
Let's just keep going, please.
Anyway, he says, no, don't come after me. Don't switch us. I don't even care. I'm not worth it, because he's echoing what his mother said about herself, and she disagrees, and she's like, I know what love is because of you. And so we're gonna get you free. So they're planning something. They're gonna hopefully switch him out. As the connection's broken off, Riley visits Kala, and Kala explains that they have him on sedatives and sedatives and blockers. So it's very difficult to connect. But at least they're not hurting him anymore. It doesn't seem that they're doing that, because that was all Whisper's doing, and they have him. And what's really cool is that like Riley enters behind her.
I love that shot. I would like that's really cool. That's a really cool shot. That was
so cool. Like, she just enters behind her. I'm like, oh, whoa.
Because I originally thought she was there in person, because I knew they were all together. So I thought she was just there in person. I'm like, oh, cool. And then she walks out. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that.
We want to hammer this home. They are there together. It's so sick. The way they do a lot of shots in this episode just really satisfies my brain. So she says, Will pretty much predicted that they probably wouldn't be hurting anymore because of breast push. What is wrong with my mouth? That is not a sentence. Because of Whispers. And Kala doesn't know how much longer she can wait until the exchange. So they need her to make some more liquid blocker because they're kind of low on some. But she's also low on methotrexate trioxide. I said that really well. Go me. I'm amazing.
Great.
So Nomi and Amanita can forge a prescription that'll get them through the week. So everyone's using their skills in this. And while Leto is practicing his lines, as he's in his own world over here, Sun is putting up the board with information on BPO, and Will thinks they need to move faster. So everyone's interworking right now. They're doing their own thing. Some are contributing. Some are practicing lines. It's okay, Leto. I know you have somewhere you need to be. But some are not as utilized as others. But when they need to get out of something, Leto's there because he's a good actor. So Will's with Leto, Hernando, and Danny in the attic. And Hernando and Danny are still like catching up on everything, so they know now about all the stuff. She's like, so Will is talking to who? And then
it's funny how many people this episode start learning all about this, because it's these two. Later, it's Rajan and Moon. And, like, everyone kind of slowly starts learning, and they're like, oh, so wait, what's going on? How? Like, I was like, this is funny now. Like it kind of came me a bit after a while. I'm like, this is great.
It's just fun, and I love that everyone's just like, I mean, yeah, okay, sure, I'll take it. It's like, I mean, what else would you believe, honestly? Like it connects everything. You have to believe it at this point.
Yeah.
It's like, that's why you've been talking to Air recently. Like,
it makes sense, and not just that they're like crazy or something.
Exactly. And so Will is trying to explain the exchange, basically, to everyone, and he needs to find the right location and disguisable transportation. And they have neither at this point. But Capheus appears and says he has found the transportation. He's your van guy.
Okay, I gotta point this out.
Okay, what?
Am I dumb, or has Capheus always been such a giant nerd? Because he is such a nerd in this episode, and I love it. I love that for him, and it's great. But he's such a nerd this episode, and I notice it now. And has he always been this much of a nerd, or is it just like amplified this episode?
I think he has, because he was always into, like at the beginning of the show it was like Jean-Claude specific nerd, and he was like, oh my god, courage, let's go. Like, it was that was his personality. But because of everything that's been going down, he's been a little focused on the death-defying, political agenda thing. Now he's with all his friends basically, and he's like, I'm back to being fun. Like, he's
like it was like I love him. It's so good. Like I was like he's such a nerd. I love you. Like it's so good.
I love him. He's so cute. I just love Capheus so much. And this episode really amplified that for me because I agree. He was definitely more of a nerd in this episode.
Yeah.
And you got to see more of the lighthearted side of his personality, and I'm just obsessed. Yeah. So he has found transportation, apparently. And outside, he arrives with a van that they can paint to match a police van. It looks a little worse for wear right now, but he's like, I got it. With a little bit of paint, it's fine. It's fine. I do this for a living. It's okay. Yeah. So Will marks off the transportation on his board. We have that. Now we just need the place, I think, the location. And Danny asks what happened because she can't see. Now, like, it's all the sapiens. Yeah. So they're like, "What's going on?" half the time, and but they roll with it, and I respect them for that. And Lito's kind of explaining to them what it feels like to visit, and Hernando, as predicted, honestly, I was like, I knew you would be like this. He was like, I can feel my ideas of like humanity and self like expanding. Like he's such a philosopher. Of course, he would go through them. And with the rest of the cluster visiting, Riley suggests that they use Saint-Jour, which is like a club that she knows of and she used to play at. Will was against that because she played there before, so it seems like they could, like they could be like, oh, she played there before. That's an option. Let's go see if we can take her from there. But it seems to be their best shot for now. So, and then an alarm goes off, which means Will says it's time for Whisper's shot. So they've been keeping him on blockers this whole time, and they know exactly when to refill. They've got a phone alarm for it. Kala has just finished making another one, so that's why she was making the liquid ones. She hands it off to Riley, who leaves with Sun to bring it to Will. So then Will checks with Nomi. It's all
yeah. There's a lot of jumping back and forth, so it's kind of
jumping. A lot of jumping. But Will then checks with Nomi if there was anything useful on Jonas's phone, which is what she's been looking into. But the only interesting calls were to the secretary, which we saw, and then like Just Eat or something like that, like food places. And so he knows he's been in contact with the secretary. We know that. But Will thinks that the secretary and Jonas specifically are their way to the chairman and to getting to know his identity. And Nomi wishes she had better equipment, but they're still waiting to hear from Bug. And Nomi's like, but that's okay, that's normal. But when she visits Riley and Sun in the staircase, she's like, actually, it's not normal. I'm really freaking out. Bug is not like this at all. He usually calls. I don't know what's going on. I just didn't want to worry Amanita. But Riley assures her that BPO doesn't really know Bug exists. He's a very silent, like, hacker. Like, he's not really on their radar. And Will adds that Diego couldn't find any documents on him either. So he's pretty much not in anyone's eyes. So hopefully he's fine. Amanita has made a discovery about Elizabeth as well, who is Whisper's wife. And apparently they're able to find her and where she lives because she has filed for divorce.
Yes.
Get out of that, Elizabeth. Woo! He's a psychopath. So that's some interesting information they can use to leverage with him. And meanwhile, Will and Capheus arrive at the basement where they are keeping Whispers. And Will instructs him to sit on the stool and face the wall as per usual. So he's been here for a bit, and there's very specific rules they're keeping him under.
Yeah.
Capheus has a gun trained on him, making sure he does exactly what he's told, and his face is partially covered. I'm not entirely sure why. It's the eyes.
I wonder if it's like so we can see, and in case there's like any hint of Whisper turn around, he can just like pull it up and hide his eyes.
Real fast. That'd be good.
Question: would it have been easier if he just wore sunglasses? Like if he wore sunglasses or like dark lens glasses, would that if he looked at him, would he be able to? Would that work?
They'd still been looking into each other's eyes, I think.
Okay, so then no. Then I don't know. Yeah, I also don't get why it happens later with Danny and why she needs to do that.
I love that scene. I don't give a fuck what you say. I love
that scene.
I
know. I mean, it's the same thing of like, why, like, at least with Kathy, if they look in each other's eyes, like, that could just cover it up. But I don't know why she's doing it.
I'm thinking it's because if he does end up getting access to maybe Lito, if he does end up seeing him, then she's still kind of a secret. Like, he won't maybe, like, know what her face looks like specifically. Because they could probably hunt down Sapiens just by, hacking and stuff like that. So at least there's some hidden team members that
Okay.
aren't like fully out there. I think that's what that says. But I'm thinking maybe for him it's just lift, you know, like
maybe that's why I thought originally, because I was kind of confused as well.
Don't look at my eyes. Like I saw that, I was like, but it's the eyes, man.
Yeah, I'm like, why didn't they just send like who else has Whisper seen? Is it just Will?
It's just Will and
okay,
Wolfgang,
never mind.
so.
I thought there was someone else, and then maybe just send that person too. But
I would say send one of the Sapiens. I mean, if he connects with their eyes,
yeah,
that won't matter. Like, I would send a Sapien down with a sensor with Will specifically.
yeah,
like they did later with Omnita and Danny. So while he administers the blocker, Will says he doesn't need answers from Whispers since Jonas told them everything, which is a little bit of a lie. He probably really hasn't, but at least it, could keep Whispers on his toes. And Will brings up Elizabeth and that he doubts her love for Whispers. He also brings up Whispers' daughter and is like, I wonder if you miss her. A typical father probably would. But you cut into Sarah Petrel's head while she was still alive. So I feel like you wouldn't be able to look at a little girl the same way again after doing that. But you are you. So, I don't know. And Whispers kind of gives insight to when he was a kid. He says he was an exceptional student as a boy, and he found secrets and knowledge in books. And as a medical student, he learned how to operate on human beings. He didn't care about their lives. Much like books, they hold secrets inside. The only difference is that he has to use a knife to open them. Every moment he stays here brings him closer to the moment he gets to cut open Riley while she is still alive so that Will can feel the pain. When all that remains of Will and his cluster are the measurements and observations of his notebook, Whispers will go home and kiss his wife and daughter and return to his exceptional life, not even thinking about them. So he's very much like, I'm above you, basically. I'm the winner here. I will eventually cut all your heads open. I have a family at home waiting for me, and I won't even think about you. And Will's like, oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like she's filing for divorce. Bye! I love that he just drops a bomb on him and fucks off. I love that. Because the more information you give him, the more, he has to wield once you do trade them. So I love that he's really not giving him that much information. He's just like, your wife's leaving you, see ya.
Yeah.
Great. We love to see it. And with that, Will and Capheus go up and leave after saying to Whispers that there is no going back. So you're fucked as much as we are, Amber. Yeah. At this point, Nomi is bringing Jonas his blocker. And he's cuffed to the radiator in the bathroom. So he's in nicer accommodations, but he is still handcuffed. Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like a first-class prison as opposed to the gutter prison with Whispers.
Exactly. You didn't do as many bad things to us. He did, so he gets to go in the trenches. You stay here while we learn if we can trust you.
Yeah. And
he's reading from a Proust book, which I think is he's some sort of philosopher dude or something like that. And he says something about feelings and mind. I don't fully remember. But he's like, I wonder if he was a sensate, because it sounds like maybe he could have been. And that's an interesting thing to try and take from writing and books and stuff. Interpret it in a different way now that you know you're a different type of human.
Yeah.
I find it very interesting. He compliments Kala on their blockers after he takes it. He's like, oh, they lack the nausea you usually get with the homemade stuff. And she's like, thank you. Which we know she knows how to do the pharmaceuticals and get, get everything perfect. So that's her talent. And Nomi then starts inquiring about the chairman. And Jonas says that he wears a biomask and uses a voice modulator because he's quite paranoid. So apparently that's what they think at this point. Or I don't think Jonas thinks that because he knows what happened. But I think everyone else maybe would think that until the end when it's like, he uses all this crap because, ow. Yeah. And Jonas recalls his first meeting with Will, when Will had to choose between what he knew and what he felt. And Will's like, no, this is different. This is much different. We don't know at all if we can even trust you a little bit. Back then, I didn't know either. But, I grew to trust you and you fucked us over. And he's like, yeah, fuck you over. But it's a little touchy with them right now. And Nomi then asks about Angelica. And they understand she went to Chicago to look for her first cluster, and then started working with BPO. What they don't get is why she made the neural graft. It doesn't really feel like something she would do. And Jonas says there's no one he knows better than Angelica. He remembers their past, including what Angelica looks like launching an assault against BPO in one of their facilities. So something happened there that we learn about near the end of the episode. But obviously, she's not on their side if she was shooting all of them up. So definitely more to the story. And Jonas says she left the cabin because she could feel that Raul was alive in Chicago. And once she was there, she wanted to understand what Clovey and Whispers were doing. She got them to trust her, which included an affair with Whispers. And she soon realized she could use their technology to build a machine to trace the Sicilium to her children using pain. And a flashback kind of shows Angelica applying the device to herself and doing basically what Whispers has been doing to Wolfgang with electric shocks and stuff. And the painful shocks awaken the connection between Angelica and Raul, who is sedated somewhere. And she's comforting him when Whispers comes into the room, but she kind of like dissuades him a little bit, going, "I finally did it. I didn't want you to laugh at me, but I'm ready to show you now. Now I know it works. This device, it's extraordinary." So she only had to show him this thing when he caught her, and she had to stay kind of like under the radar. And Jonas thinks Will understands that life doesn't always allow you to be the best version of yourself, especially when circumstances demand that you lie to and betray your friends. So, Angelica was always a good person, but circumstances had her having to help create this stuff and shit and be on their side so that she could take them down from the inside. What do you think? You're looking a little...
I'll talk more later about Angelica.
Alright, I'm intrigued. Now, kind of middle of the night, Nomi wakes up in bed and finds that Amanita is gone. And she's like, shit. Because, like, it's a little bit of a touchy situation in Paris, and so, like, when someone disappears, not good. But she goes up to the roof, and she finds her there, sitting with a blanket. And Amanita says she couldn't sleep. She's saying that everything is just kind of difficult here. And they're in Paris, and ever since college, Amanita wanted to come here and live here and write her novel. And she had fantasies about falling in love with a tragically detached French girl that she would finally be able to break through to, and they'd kiss in front of the tourists at the top of the Eiffel Tower. And Amanita says thinking about this city has gotten her through many tough moments, but here she is, in Paris, with the woman she loves, but they can't enjoy it because something terrible could happen at any moment. And I see that. Like, she's been dreaming about this place for so long, but she has to focus on, like, the danger. 24/7. Kind of sucks. But Nomi assures her that she's going to keep her promise to Amanita with the ring. And she can't believe in a future where they don't get married. That future might seem impossible right now, but she reminds Amanita of a quote that Amanita said back in season 1, "Impossibility is still just a kiss away from reality." And I love that came back around. So they sit there for a bit and watch the Eiffel Tower, and they're super cute, and I love them. Now, Nomi and Amanita get a rough awakening because Leto is thumping up and down the hall. Fucking Christ, Leto.
I'm not gonna lie, Leto did annoy me a bit this episode with the line memorizing, the jumping up and down. Like, it's like, chill.
He's obviously stressed because meanwhile Daniela's on the phone with people from Leto's movie and explaining that this is all a part of his process, apparently. Going to Paris and right when the movie's about to shoot, so apparently things are bad for him. Sun is meditating on the roof. Leto's checking with Danny, worrying that he's been fired, and she can't really give him an answer. Capheus is finding a signal to video chat with people from home, and he's like, "Oh, my beautiful girlfriend." But they're all kind of worried about him. Jella is apparently driving the Van Damme in his absence. He's like, "Mine now."
His family's so cute too. Like, seriously,
I know.
They're all so cute. I love them.
I just love them. They're just like, they seem like so pure and like happy and just like, they all really love each other. It's great. Yeah. And his political advisor says the rally worked, but Mandiba is kind of exploiting his absence. He's like, where is this hero? I don't see him anywhere. So he's a little fucked in that department, which I'm sure would have been continued if the show was. And Kala visits Riley and Will in the attic. BPO apparently has visited her family, which she learned from an email from her father. That sounded a little nonsensical and stuff like that. So she's like, Riley says Nomi can check if it's serious, though. And Nomi says Nomi ain't doing fucking anything until she has a cup of coffee. Fair mood. And Leto points out everybody is having issues, including him, and is freaking out. He's freaking the fuck out.
Sun is not having issues, I will say. She was chilling on that roof, and I would, like, honestly, love you for that.
We stand. Sun is always just like... Oh. At that point, they actually go up to visit her, because Will yells at everybody to freeze and take a deep breath, because everyone is freaking the fuck out. So they go up to see Sun and kind of meditate with her. Just like, everybody take a deep breath. We're all stressed. We're trying to hold on to things that matter to us, but Wolfgang needs us. And Sun says this is war. So we need to put it aside just for now, and we can explain to everyone later what is going on. But for now, everyone take a deep breath, and let's save Wolfgang. So Wolfgang is having more of the same memories he had earlier laying there, but he's remembering more now. And he remembers at his uncle's house, his aunt appears angry with his father. She does stand up after comforting her, looking like she's going to say something. But Sergei gestures her to stay quiet and goes to hug his brother. So he kind of, you can see that his, Wolfgang's uncle kind of was in the know about stuff.
Yeah, this whole, I mean, we'll get there once it's a reveal and stuff, but this whole thing really confused me. And I still don't really understand much about this part specifically.
I shall help.
Okay.
And Irina kind of has no choice but to return to Anton because Sergei and it's like, oh no, it's fine, go. Like that, they knew and they didn't really do anything. The aunt did seem upset about it, but still nothing was done. And the other memory is kind of completed as well. We hear Anton yelling that his mother is not just his mother, but his sister as well.
Yes.
And he connects this to his memory of killing Sergei as well, because he knew all along but didn't do anything. So what are you confused about? Okay.
So what does that mean? That he was his mother and his sister? Or was it actually his sister pretending to be his mother and it's like a reverse Andy Mack situation? Like, what's the deal here? Because I have some bad thoughts and... Yeah.
So she actually explains it to him. We get another completion of the memory of her in her bedroom, and she explains that Anton married her mother.
Yes.
So she was basically like his daughter by marriage after that.
Okay.
And then eventually he came into her room and R-worded her, and she tried to run away, but he found her and he just kept doing it, and then she got pregnant with Wolfgang. So technically Wolfgang and his mother are siblings by marriage, to be honest with you. But she's his actual mother.
So he was still married to her mother?
Quite possibly. I don't know.
Who was her mother?
I don't know where her mother is now. No idea. Zero clue. I don't know where she went. She could have died.
Okay. Well, that's, believe it or not, that's actually not the worst possibility I had in my mind.
It's not. That's what I'm saying.
Because my thought was that he had the mother, like, it was actually his biological child. She was his biological child. And then proceeded to do all that stuff. Yeah. And then that's why I thought. Yeah. Well, that's why I was like, wait, what happened here?
It's still horrible, but it could be worse.
Yes. Okay, that's good to know. It's not the worst outcome. Believe it or not, it's still bad. I don't like it.
It's still horrendous.
It's not the worst.
But it's not the worst one. Thank
Which
Jesus.
Is saying a lot.
It's saying a lot, yeah, for this family especially. So obviously his father, not the most stand-up community citizen.
But honestly, like, because since we never meet, I guess, her mother, or, like, whatever, like, probably she could have died.
She could have died. He could have killed her. We have no idea.
And then it's like, so are they really even siblings? Because because they were a sibling by marriage, but if she's dead and they're not technically like, he's technically whatever, like, would that really make them siblings still?
Like, I think because he was charged to take care of her. I think she was young enough at one point that, like, if the mother did die, he was now responsible for her and her legal guardian. So by law, yes, they would still be siblings. Through marriage, if one of the parents dies, then I'm assuming the other parent would take care of them. or like be charged with taking care of them. So technically she would still be his daughter through the eyes of the law.
Okay, see, I don't see them being siblings at all, because one, we never really meet the mother, so we never get the full, like, family picture that much, so, like, I don't think it makes that much of a difference. I mean, it's weird and gross and, like, a fucked up
It's weird and
backstory, but,
gross,
like,
yeah.
I don't think it really changes that much.
I think him yelling that at Wolfgang is not as much about her being like related or a sibling or anything like that just to tell a secret. It's more about him being like, let's unnerve the child. Let's be horrible. And it's more of him just like trying to unsettle them as much as he can at any point in the day.
Yeah, like, I feel like if he's just screaming that at a young child, yeah, it could be, like, pretty, like, traumatizing and weird. But, like, in the grand scheme of things and where we are now, I don't think it matters that much.
He still R-worded a child.
He did, yes.
Bad.
But, I mean, like, in Wolfgang's perspective of, like, it's not really like, oh, his mother is his sister, or his sister is his mother. It's more like, just a lot of fucked up things happened that it came out of, I guess, Wolfgang's birth or creation or whatever you want to say.
And and he honestly never saw it that way anyway. He was like, that's my mother.
Yeah.
That's my mother. That's all I need to know. And I love her. And she's amazing. And he thought she hung the moon and the stars. So, like, it did not affect him whatsoever. And except for the fact that is the reason why he killed his uncle way back in season 1.
Yes.
At the end of season
okay,
1.
that now I know. Because when we were in flashback, I was like, oh, right, there's something here that I don't know. And then I
Exactly. I was like, keep in mind, because he's like, you knew, you always knew. We'll find out about that later. And we have.
Yeah. Okay, good.
That is why he killed him. Things are getting wrapped up. So, yeah, the shit went down, basically, with all them. But as he said, she's his mother. And this is why he ended up killing his father. The big reason, at least. Obviously, his father was abusive and horrible, so he had no trouble killing him. But the main reason was, you fucking hurt my mother. We're gonna have issues.
Yeah.
He loves his mother. I wonder how she's doing, if she's alive or not, because we don't, I guess, know.
Yeah.
I feel like she wouldn't leave him, though, as a kid. I feel like if she were to, like, she would take him with her. If anyone knows what happened to Wolfgang's mom, let us know. But anyway, 2 BPO guards come in because a monitor starts beeping on Wolfgang's whatever. And they look down at his hand, and he has been clenching the IV tube that has been feeding him, like, sedatives. And so he's awake and ready to go.
Yeah.
He sits right up, knocks them out, manages to snatch a gun, which he kills the other guard with. He frees himself from the thing, yanks the whole handle off of the armrest off of the hospital, whatever, whatchamacallit. And he basically is just wreaking havoc throughout this entire facility. Goes all the way through. Bursts through the double doors, knocks some more guard unconscious. This whole paragraph is just killing people.
Yeah, just a fight scene.
Big fight scene. A group of guards is seen protecting the secretary, though, who happens to be there, trying to get him out. And Wolfgang manages to overpower a guard and use him as a human shield at one point, which is very exciting.
Yeah, no, I mean, he definitely comes in and kicks ass.
He does kick ass. He majorly kicks ass. But when he turns around, because the secretary does order the guards not to shoot and they need him alive, eventually he comes out of hiding, turns around, and sees beds and beds and beds filled with people on the floor below, which I'm assuming are the lobotomized zombies, or the drone program, all that fun stuff. At this point, he's now circled by guards, though, and the secretary says there's no point in doing this since they've arranged an exchange with his cluster, and it's the only way home. So he's got to stop. And Wolfgang eventually says, "No, I'm just gonna take myself out of the equation." So he puts a gun up to his own head, to which Kala sees immediately. She's asleep, but she's like, "Oh shit!" Like, she wakes up with a full start, and she's like, "No, don't do that." But he says, a bullet for him, if a bullet goes in his head and you go and whispers or whatever, like, kill both of us, it's fine. Fixes everything. You guys are safe. And Kala says it'll also end her. Like, she can't let him die. And so she opens the window of her bedroom and is prepared to jump right out of it. Like, if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
How you feel about that? I know this relationship was very questionable.
I don't like the idea of, hey, I'm gonna kill myself. Okay, I'll do it too to stop you. Like, I don't like that vibe at all. It's very questionable. Yeah.
Well, she's fine. He pulls her back.
I mean, they both end up being fine, but like, it's just like, cause wasn't it last episode where like Wolfgang was being a martyr again, and I got mad at him for that, where he was like, "Oh, I'd be better off dead" or something, and she's like, "Oh, no, you wouldn't."
But he's always thought that, like, and that's his father speaking, telling him he's worth nothing.
Yeah.
That's not him just being a martyr. That's him being like, "Oh, my father told me for years I was nothing as a child," so it's kind of sunk in. And no matter how badass he is and hates his father, it still was like a base layer of his personality because his father instilled that in him. So
it's not like, I mean, I was like, really, why are you doing this? Like,
try and think of it from that point of view as character development and not from Kala.
No, I know, but like but this is about Kala though too. Like that's the thing, like because he's mainly doing this because he knows that if he dies, they can kill Whispers, and all of them, mainly Kala, would be safe. I think it wasn't so much that he was like, okay, I want to die. This is the end. It was more like, I don't care enough about myself, and I care more about Kala and the sensates and all of them, to where if I die, they can kill Whispers, and all this will be stopped.
I agree. Yeah.
But the fact that this is still really involving Kala, because it is, and we can't really remove that factor because she's the one who wakes up, she's the one who's trying to jump off, and he stops that for her. And
I agree.
So it is still Kala, and yeah. So like I was kind of just like, why are we doing this? Like it was just a little like, oh, you know, because I also knew nothing was gonna come up. Like she wasn't gonna jump, he wasn't gonna pull the trigger. I knew they were all gonna be fine.
He does yank her down. She tells him that he can't give up, and Wolfgang eventually lowers the gun and is recaptured by the guards. So the escape attempt was futile, but everyone's still alive.
Yeah, but yeah, and doesn't the guards say that like they need him alive and they're gonna make a trade and he'll be reunited?
Yeah. Which I find quite funny because like at that point, like when it's shouted halfway through this scene of like, wait, we need him alive, he's like, oh, sick, so I could just like walk out.
That was I actually love that where he's like, okay, cool, I won't die, and he gets up and starts like killing everyone. He's like, okay, whatever.
Awesome, don't kill me, bye. So what just happened basically proves to everyone that BPO really needs Whispers. They piece together that Whispers is probably the only pilot of the quote drone program, which is weird because you would want more than one pilot as well as more than one neural interface if there's some stuff going down. So their brainstorming session is cut short though by a knock on the door.
Yes.
And Nomi checks the camera images. It's a FedEx delivery guy. So Danny, being kind of like the safe Homo sapien. Yeah. I mix the two up all the time. Goes to open the door and tells the guy he can leave the stuff there, but he's like, I need a signature. And at the voice, Nomi peeks her head in the hallway and just like, Bug? He's like, angels! So Bug is here, and the only reason they couldn't contact him is because he was flying via Paris, flying to Paris via Thailand. So he went from San Francisco to Thailand to Paris.
So we went exactly the other way around.
He went the other way, and they're like, why'd you go the long way? He's like, you said to be vigilant. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. And he also gets to meet the rest of the group, which is very new for him too. And he gets to meet Lito. And he's a big fan of Lito, so he's very excited. Because Lito was like, oh, we met in the Castro. And he was like, you remembered. So Bug is very excited. And he's brought some new equipment. So they start setting that up. And Nomi gets an alert on her computer and goes to find Sun. Apparently, there's news from Korea about a lot of things. So they're parked in front of the computer with a news report on the Seoul scandal. And Minister Tae Park has been arrested for obstruction of justice. So I think had this special not come out, we would have seen a lot more of him. But they're wrapping this one up, I think.
Yeah.
So he's been arrested. He's being investigated for ties to Junki, and he shot Detective Moon 3 weeks ago. So he's basically prison for him. And Moon is apparently said to be making a full recovery.
Yes!
Yay! So Nomi suggests that she call Moon because they got a bunch of new burner phones. So, like, why not? You can. So she goes up to the roof or to a window to call him. Oh my god, I love them.
I know, I'm like so happy right now. Just wait.
So Moon is working in his office when his phone rings, and he accidentally knocks a cup of coffee all over his file of Sun.
I was like, oh, the irony is great.
The irony is wonderful. He quickly takes the picture and kind of like wipes it off and puts it to the side. He doesn't fuck the rest of the file. He's just like, the picture's gonna be ruined. And he then answers the phone where Sun has FaceTimed him. He's like, oh my gosh, Miss Bach, how are you? And she's like, thank you. And he's like, well, those words made it worth getting shot. And he shows that he's back at work as well, so he's okay. And he's like, so where are you? And she's like, I'm here. That's all you need to know. And he's like, you're not here. I wish you were, though. And she wonders if he's saying he misses her. And he's like, of course I do. I very much miss you. And he's like, I miss he says, I think he says like, I miss you more than I've missed anyone in my whole life.
Oh my god, like, he does say that. Yeah, I remember that.
The Riz! This man. And she keeps asking him to repeat, which is very cute. And she reciprocates, says she misses him. He's like, one more time. And she's like, I have to go. And she turns off the phone. She's like a little emotional about it. It's really cute. And it's like, ah! I forgot how much I love them.
I love them so much. Just wait till later, the way I sat up from my bed. When I heard a certain word.
Did.
When I heard a certain word in Korean, I sat up from my bed because I knew what that meant. I knew who it was. And that was like so right.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It's so good.
Oh my god, I have to calm my face. It hurts from smiling now. Jesus. The things they do to me. Okay. So Will and Nomi are studying the board. And Will says that after Raoul died in the cabin, Angelica and Whispers developed the Traceworks, which led to what is now the drone program. So they're kind of piecing the events together. Mm-hmm. And at some point, the two of them went to London while Kroom cut short. That is not written right. Cut short a holiday. So Will guesses that is when Whispers demonstrated the drone project to the people inside BPO, which does connect to when Angelica went there. That's what that whole little area was. And something happened that Jonas won't talk about, which he will at the end of it. It was terrible because that is when the first terrorist warrants against Jonas came out. And Lido comes up and asks if they know where Danny and Hernando are. Nomi says they went with Amanita to get croissants. I'm not gonna lie.
I kind of wish we had a scene with like Hernando, Danny, and Amanita just like talking at like the Sapiens, being like, so let's talk about this. Just like weird, as like humans pretty much, just being like, so how is it? Like, you know, I would have liked a little cut to that because that would have just been hilarious. I would have loved that. I agree. I would have loved that. That would have been so sick. Just like, damn, weird, right? Like, because like I feel like Amanita would be like integrating them into this because like she's known like since the beginning and like they just found out recently. Yeah. So like they could ask her questions and be like, oh yeah, no, you know, it's like, you know, whatever. Yeah. And questions, like, comments. Yeah, kind of just like, you know, like I don't know. I would like a little scene with just them. I can see the three of them venting and being like, oh my god, isn't it weird when she just disappears for a second, like talks to air? Like, what the fuck is that? Yeah. Like, I need venting from all the Sapiens. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been sick, actually. I didn't think about that. And Lito's freaking out about carbs, so he's doing his own thing. Oh my god. And meanwhile, Katla's saying that she's trying not to panic because she just received a very worrying email. And I'm wondering if that was Rajan. Because as she says that, a taxi arrives at the house. This was hilarious. This is funny. Him like, walking in, seeing a shirtless Lito, son with a knife in the kitchen, being like, hey, what's up? And he's just like, the fuck is going on? I'm just like, I love this. This is so funny. It's so fun. This episode is so funny. Like, unintentionally, it's just hilarious. And as he enters and he sees all of them, eventually he walks in, he's like, Kala, what's going on? And Kathy's is like, Rajan! Kathy's is such a nerd. He's such a nerd. I love
so
him.
Fucking cute. I just love him. He's just he greets all these friends like he knows them because he feels like he does because he sees through everyone's eyes.
Exactly, and that's what's so funny because like I feel like everyone else is kind of more like came in and able to be like, okay, they don't know me yet. Let's wait. And he's like, hey, what's up?
Hey, bestie.
It's been a while, and he's like, the fuck.
Oh, it's so cute. I love him.
I love it.
him. And Kala asks what he's doing here. And he's like, I came because I hadn't heard from you in a while. And he's like, I sent you an email. I was worried because people from this like medical organization came asking for you. He's like, what medical organization? And he's like, I don't remember, but like I just remember the letters BP and then there's like, oh shit, after this. The humor in these scenes is so funny. So BP oh shit has come knocking through the door. And loud knocks are kind of alarming everyone. So they all grab the important stuff. They're kind of shoving some things in Rajan's hands as well.
Yeah.
He's carrying all this shit. He's like, fuck. And they all grab shit, run off. Will goes to fetch Jonas and tells him it's time for another hard decision. So he grabs him. They go up to the roof as the law enforcement breaks into the apartment.
I now realize, did they even try to go get Whispers at all in this moment?
Oh, fuck.
Because this whole scene, they don't, I mean, obviously they end up staying for a bit, but like Whispers does not move in this whole scene, I don't think.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have been number one, because he's the one they need to make a trade with.
Yeah. I think that was either like an oopsie or like we're gonna come back, it's fine, they won't find the basement or something like that. Maybe they made sure they wouldn't find the basement or some shit. Maybe it's under a panel or something. I don't know.
I feel like that may have been an oopsie.
That may have been an oopsie.
Because I feel like they are so paranoid where they would have, like... Honestly, I feel like they would have gone to Whispers before Jonas.
Yeah. I think unless they figured that they wouldn't find Whispers and they could come back, then... Yeah, that's...
But all the stuff they're taking, I don't think they were planning on coming back. Like they are grabbing everything. They're like, grab everything and go. Like, I don't think they was like, we'll be back for this stuff. It's like, take everything we need and get out. I think it was an oopsie.
Part of me wonders if they were also going to just stay on the roof until they left. I don't even know. I don't know.
Weren't they like hopping roof to roof though? I thought they were like hopping and then like, cause some were on one roof, some were on the other, and then that's when they go back.
I have no idea what the fuck was going on here. I do agree. Like there were some oopsies there. I think
it may have been an oopsie.
Either it's something unsaid that we're just not seeing, or they forgot Whispers.
I think they forgot Whispers.
I think they forgot Whispers. I think it's not important. It's
yeah. Okay. Because I was confused when watching them. I'm like, what about the guy you're trading for Wolfgang?
Yeah. Oops.
Oops.
Well, as they escape over the rooftops, Rajan's like, okay, could someone please tell me, who are you people? Like I came looking for my wife, and suddenly there's like 8 or 9 other people here. Where'd they come from? And Kala is like, okay, let's do that later, because those men down there will kill me. So like, let's just focus on going. And so they continue running. Bug tells Nomi he's not good with heights, so he's glad he hadn't had breakfast yet. And Nomi goes, shit, the croissants.
The croissants.
So Amanita, Danny, and Hernando are coming up to the door, and Amanita's like, oh, did I leave the door open? And I'm like, bestie.
I'm like, Amanita, I love you, but you're a little dumb right now. Not gonna lie.
I know. I was like, I feel like she would have noticed and been like, something bad has happened. Let's back up. Especially
Amanita, who again has probably been involved in this in the longest of all the save teams. Like, I feel like she would have been like, hey, our door's open. Let's turn back and give like Nomi a call or something.
Let's call her and be like, did I leave the door open? Or is there people in our apartment? Like, I feel like she would have done that. This may have been like a character development oopsie, to be honest with you.
Or, I might defend us. Or it's that after the talk on the roof with Nomi, maybe she was starting to like de-stress and stop worrying about it as much. And that's why it was kind of just like a casual like, oh yeah, no, I'll get croissants, it's fine. Oh, why is the door open? Like she kind of like started putting that back after that conversation, and the one time she does, they're in danger. So it's just like a bad timing thing.
Bad timing.
So it could be that too. I will defend that.
I see that.
Like I can defend that. The Whispers thing, I can't. That was an oopsie.
They're not like running from people at this moment. They've just been in this apartment, probably for a bit, and so she's probably like, well, no one's coming to get. Usually the door is just closed or open, whatever. So she probably isn't thinking about it as deeply. I see that. When they walk in the living room, they find themselves held at gunpoint. drop everything. So the croissants are gone, or at least the coffee is.
Rip.
Rip. Love me a coffee. Very alarmed. Nomi and Leto rush back inside. One of my favorite lines from Leto is just him being like, "I'm coming, family. I've got you." He loves them, and he'll save them no matter what, whether he's like in danger or not. But the good thing is you can just send 1 or 2 of you down there, and the other 2 can focus on fighting. Like the other like 5 or like.
Well, that's what happens pretty much. Is like Nomi and Leo run down. They're both screwed because they can't fight, and so Sun and Will take over, and they're like, "Bet," and they do.
It's perfect for them because like literally any of them could have gone down there, and the others could have just jumped in and fought for them.
I would have loved a little moment with Will and Sun, with Will just being like, "I'll take Leto, you get Nomi," and like they just like become like that would have been such a like a nice little like fun nod. So I'll cool.
Take Leto. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And that is what they do. They take over for a second, and one of the shots that I love is like Leto being like this, and then looking up, and suddenly it's Will.
Yeah.
And just being like ready to kick ass, and I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, this is so sick. And they kick ass, beat everyone up, and Amanita turns around and is like, holy shit, hot damn, I have been waiting to see it. Like, she just saw her girlfriend beat up a bunch of law enforcement, and she's like, yes, that. Love it.
Even though it was actually Sun. But
even though it was Sun, but like, she
in
saw
Nomi's body.
Nomi.
Yeah, she saw Nomi do that.
She's like, I've been waiting for something like that to happen. Like, you've been saying it happens, but like I've never seen it, and I'm very happy to have seen it now.
Yeah.
And the rest of the group comes in, everyone's okay, and Raja's like, oh my god, what the hell is going on? He's like, I'm done. I need you to talk to me and say words to me. What the fuck is going on? And so they bring him up to the attic and tell him what's been going on. And all you see is Rajan's face like, what the fuck?
Can I just say, I love the fact that they explain everything to all these Sapiens off screen, and we never actually see them explain it to them. It's just like, hey, like we kind of get the aftermath of their reaction. Yeah. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah. It's usually we just see like, sick. So that's the, alright.
Yeah.
That's it. And I think Rajan's is probably one of the funniest of them, is him just staring at them as they're all going down a line going like, I know, right? Wow. But I love it. And Kala takes him to the bedroom so they can talk, and he's like, I'm not sure what to say here. What's going on? And Kala's like, I know it's not easy to accept. And he's like, I thought I was the one with the big secrets and the corporate espionage that I was investigating and stuff like that, but I think this is bigger. Like, you're a whole nother species of human, or a different species than me. Like, it's kind of crazy. And he's like, did this all happen before our wedding? And she's like, yeah. He's like, no wonder you were like passing out and confused and shit like that. Like, she was going through it. And obviously it was a little bit because she didn't want to get married, but a lot of it was also her like suddenly being in different locations. And he's like, it must be terrible to feel all that pain from Wolfgang and everything like that, because he's like, so you can feel his pain? And she's like, yeah, that must suck as fuck. And Kala suggests that he take some time away, because like, she's like, you're not built for this, it's okay, you can go home. But he's like, oh, no, I'm not gonna leave you while you're in danger. No. Again, proving that he is the best human. Oh my god, he is so good. He's amazing. And like, not gonna lie, I feel like Kala wanting to send Rajan away was a little bit selfish, because she didn't want to deal with both of them together at the same time. I'm gonna say this, I really don't think that's where it came from. I think she just didn't want him to be in danger. Because at this point, I think she also loves her husband. She's in love with her husband as well. She's in love with both of them. Which we'll get into later. But yeah, we will get there. But I think this is the moment where they show that she really, truly is in love with him. Because he says, I believe you and all those people out there. Because there's no way, like, you and multiple people are just crazy and going through a psychotic break. Obviously, something's going on. And he came rushing here for the same reason he married her. And he loves her, and that doesn't change that. And he also, one of my favorite quotes from him is he says, it's so interesting to me that I found out that the woman I love is so much more than the woman I married. What a wonderful line. Rajan is such a great human. And she's like, I really married a good man, and they share a kiss. So like, I think this is the moment.
Yeah, I do think after he says no, he's gonna stay, and he says all that stuff, I do think that was the moment where she was like, oh,
Yeah,
like, he's
this man's
actually a
amazing.
really great fucking person, and I actually
Yeah.
I am in love with him too. Like, I think that was the moment.
Yeah, I think this story between her and Wolfgang and Rajan really shows the different ways people fall in love. Because the way she fell in love with Wolfgang was fucking fast.
Yeah, that like love at first sight. This is like love that takes time.
Yeah, a growth of love. And I think both are very beautiful in their own right.
Mm.
And I thought it was interesting we got to see both of those, however way it went about in the show. But I like that they used both of those kinds of love to show this. At this moment, Will and Riley are exiting the metro. They're on their way to Sanjor to check out if it's like a good spot to do the trade and everything like that. And George, okay, or the person at the club, told Riley they can use the back door and they could bring in extra security if need be. They all like Riley, so they're like, fuck it, yeah, whatever you want to do, we'll keep you safe. And Will comments that those club owners are really into Riley, and she's like, yeah. And I wonder, I don't know how to pronounce her name because it's in French. It's like Georges, but like I don't know how to pronounce it in French. The lady who runs the club.
Okay.
Greets Riley and Will as they enter her club, and she's like, I've missed you, Riley, you look good. And I'm like, oh, there was something here.
Well, yeah, no, that's the thing, like all the club owners are interested in Riley. Like, that's the thing.
All the club owners just really like Riley. And Riley introduces her to Will, who she jokingly calls her rival.
Yeah.
I like her. And after a short French exchange, she decides she likes Will. She's like, they speak French to each other. She's like, I like him. Oh, you can. That's okay. You and him can be a thing. It's fine. If I have to lose you, oh well. Yeah. She takes him somewhere they can talk, and Riley's like, you know French? He's like, no, but you do.
I like that. I do like how that comes back later.
Yeah, I love how that comes back later.
Yeah.
And so she tells them about her understanding with the local police. But Riley says it's not really them they're worried about. And she's like, yeah, I heard from Vincent that that they threatened to close the club down, or close his club down, like Vincent's club that she was at before. And she's like, many kinds of people have threatened us and our way of life. And our answer was and always will be the same. Vive la resistance. Or fuck off, as they say in English.
Yeah.
Which I like. I like this woman. She seems chill. So they have a plan now to kind of work the trade out of Sanjor. And the rest of the cluster is back at the squat. Amanita theorizes that whatever happened in London is what shoved Clovey out of the picture. And Nomi's blocker alarm goes off. So that means they have to get the shot ready and administer the shot. So they're waiting for Will to get back so he can do that. But Will and Riley, on their way back, notice that someone is following them.
Yes.
And he's like, fuck. So they run down into the metro, and on the platform, Riley and Will kind of split up for a second. And Riley's about to enter the train when the hooded person appears on the platform. Will tackles them from behind a corner, and a fight ensues. And Will manages to take off the person's hood, revealing that it's Bodhi, the same person who talked to Riley on the plane for like half a second. So she's back. And Will is kind of surprised for a moment, and Bodhi knocks him down, gets on the train, and the doors close right before they can get on with her to grab her or anything like that. So, since neither of them has their phones with them, because apparently she took them off her, they rush off. So they don't have their phones. They're not able to be contacted, which is tough for everyone back at the squat, because they really need to administer that shot, or there's gonna be a period of time when he can chat with someone, and we don't want that. So Hernando asks about Capheus, because like we're like, where is he? Because like we could always like drive in there. I don't know why yes, but yes, where's Capheus? So Nomi goes down to visit him. He's spray painting the van, and he's having a wonderful time doing so.
Nerd. I love him.
He's having a wonderful time doing. He's like, he's great.
And I love the fact that when he sees Nomi there, he's like, oh, but he doesn't like stop dancing. He's still like, he's not like embarrassed by it. He still does it. I'm like, I love it.
He's like, hey, look it, I'm painting it. I love him so much. But obviously mood sours when she's like, we have a problem. So Capheus visits them back at the squat, He's nowhere near the squad. He's off to the side doing the van. And he'll be too late even if he drives. Because he's usually the one that goes down with Will. So Kala points out that Whispers will be off his blocker soon, and we need to do something. And so Nomi says they this fucking paragraph is all over the place. Amanita says that she will go, since Whispers already knows about her, like they discussed. So she can do the shot, but she'll need someone to watch her back. And she asks if anybody knows how to use a gun.
Can I just say, before that, the fact that Amanita picks up the gun by the fucking, like, the bullet part of it, like, if she picks it up, she doesn't pick it up by the handle, she picks it up by the part the bullet comes out of. I'm like, put that down. I was like, Amanita, stop. Don't stick to your computers. Do not put that up. Do not pick up that gun. She's
very San Francisco Castro, no violence, LGBTQ. Like, she's very much like in that realm of things where violence is not a thing with her. And so you could tell because of how she picks up the gun. So she's like, anybody know how to use this? And Danny thankfully steps forward and demonstrates a lot of fun gun stuff. And I was like, that is really attractive. I hate that is attractive because I'm not a fan of guns, but like when pretty women are doing this with that, I'm like, it's just a, I can't help it. So she steps forward, shows her gun knowledge, and says she learned it from Joaquin. And she said her aunt used to say to her, even assholes are useful for shitting and fucking.
Now, see, this sent me on a little tangent in my head.
Did it?
Does that mean that Danny's aunt, and herself maybe, are into anal?
Why did it send you on this tangent?
Because she said assholes are good for shitting and fucking.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past her.
No, there is no shame in that. I'm not doing that to, like, point around or make fun of them. I just want to clarify that is the message that I received. Right?
I wouldn't put it past her. I mean, she's into everything, to be honest with
you.
Okay, so.
Cool. And apparently so is her aunt.
Top tier.
Honestly, like, there's no shame to that. I just wanted to clarify, because that's what I thought first. I was like, wait, what? Like,
love what you love, Danny.
Yes. Did we just clarify that? Okay, good. Just want to make sure.
Apparently we did. Okay, I didn't. Billy did it.
I'm not in no shade. I just want to clarify.
Just clarifying. It's fine.
Because what else would that have meant?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I know it meant that. But I thought it was just a fun tangent. I didn't think. I wasn't going, hey, you know what that means?
Well, that's what I'm just saying. I think that's what it meant.
That's who you are.
It's fine.
It's fine. Good on you for loving what
There's
you
nothing
love.
wrong with anal.
Nothing wrong. Christ. Anyway. With that decided, Whispers is pleasantly surprised to see Amanita. He's like, I never see you. And she's like, just face the fucking wall. And he asks Danny if she's too afraid to show her face. And he wonders if there aren't more fun things to do in Paris. And he's like, oh, well, I'm sure you love shopping and your desire for shopping is probably... He's just being annoying.
He also calls out the fact that Danny is Latina.
Yes, he does. So he does know that she, like, he probably, like, knows a gist of some stuff.
Yeah.
So he can also probably see from, like, the glimpse he caught of her coming down the stairs, maybe.
Yeah.
And she has the mask on anyway. So Amanita very roughly administers the shot because he's being a dick.
Yeah.
She's like, you want this fucking... And he notices her engagement ring.
I was like, oh, why didn't you take that off?
I know. I was like, fuck. Given his divorce, she'll ignore any marriage advice, she says.
Yeah, but he still gives it.
He still tries to give it. Hopefully she doesn't really take it, to be honest with you.
No, I mean... And
I think this may have been another very, very small thing that they could have continued on. Maybe it would have given Amanita pause. I don't know. I don't think it would have done. But, like...
I think that would have been interesting.
That would have been interesting.
Like, I think that would have been an interesting storyline to go down.
Yeah.
Like, Amanita feeling, like, lesser because she's a sapien and Nomi's not. And, like, maybe questioning their relationship almost. And, like, seeing stuff like that, I feel like would have been interesting to see. Had gone on more, but... It obviously doesn't in this case.
Yeah. I think this would have been another, little option to maybe continue. But no. He says some shit, obviously. He's like, it's like the way that we keep pets. It's like the way humans keep pets. You're our pet, you know? It'd be no different from being married to a Labrador bitch. And so she slaps him across the face, rightfully so.
But then
and
he
yeah,
starts, yeah.
it kind of makes her fall, and he starts strangling Amanita, but thankfully Danny kicks him in the face.
Yeah.
I fucking love this. The scarf hiding her face does slide down, so
but again, did that really matter?
Hopefully not. Well, not now, but I mean, maybe this is another thing they could have gone into. I don't know, but like, I've seen your face, so I know what you look like, so I know who you're connected to. I don't know. It could have been a thing, but who knows? We'll never know. And Whispers tells her he never forgets a face, so obviously, like, he could have used it, maybe. And Danny tells him that she sees him too, and she steps on his wrist, forcing him to open his hand. Amanita grabs the syringe he was trying to hide. Danny kneels as she points her gun in his face. She knows his kind, men who mistake cruelty for strength, and they both knew that if she were to pull this trigger, nobody would shed a tear. And the smallest of his kind is nothing to fear, only to pity. I fucking love her for this scene.
But if she did pull it, then Wolfgang would be screwed.
True. But, like, she wasn't going to. She just says, we both know if I did.
Yeah.
Your poor little bitch ass would not be missed.
Yeah.
Like, you're so small and insignificant that, like, sucks to be you. Like, she was trying to demean him, basically. She was never gonna pull that trigger. But God, when she kicked him in the face and she had the gun trained on him from above, I was like, why is it attractive when pretty women hold guns?
Yeah.
Why?
It is sad that guns are very attractive on people, I will say.
It's really, I hate that they are, because, like, see it. It's obviously the gay in me, because, like, when dudes hold guns, I'm like, fuck you, it's not the gun. It's the pretty woman holding the gun.
Honestly, like, any sort of, like, violent scene with, like, hot people is, like, and just wait till later, because I had comments to say during certain things that I will be bringing up.
I'm very excited about that.
So, just you wait.
Yay. So, Amanita and Danny leave, with Amanita being like, fuck, that was awesome. This whole section, interestingly, is called The Purge. I don't know why. So, Willie and Riley have returned and tell the others about Bodhi, and apparently her rules have changed from when she spoke to Riley. And Mr. Hoy comes running in at that moment. She's like, oh my god, Mr. Hoy! And he tells Riley that Bodhi is not the only one who has changed the rules. She visits him in a tower, and he watches cars arrive outside, and he's like, BPO is executing a purge. And he takes Riley to two ladies who want a word with her. They appear in kind of a modern office, and he introduces her to Ursa, who she has met. So she's alive. Woo.
Yes.
And meanwhile, Rajan is just sitting there like, is she good? Like, she's just standing there. It's like, yeah. She's visiting Mr. Hoy. She's okay. So this, we do get a sneak peek as to what happens when a sensate visits someone not in her own room, not in their own room. So this is what they look like when they're talking to someone in their own space. They're just standing there. And Ursa kind of visits the tower for a moment. She tells Riley she's been hiding ever since she fled Iceland, and BPO knows that she feigned a heart attack to get an ambulance. So this is now confirmed that she's the one who...
Which I knew from back when it happened, and I'm like, it took this long to reveal that?
So yeah, she is the one that had the heart attack, and to get an ambulance to fake it so that Riley could get out of there. And she's like, you saved my life. And she's like, so Ursa asks her to listen to the woman who urged her to help Riley, River El Sadawi, whose mother is the one who started BPO with the best of intentions to, like, unite Homo sensorium and Homo sapien before it spiraled out of control. And River can't see Riley since she's sapien, but she's the head of a group inside BPO fighting to bring the company back to the original principles as envisioned by her mother and Mr. Hoy. So they're kind of from the inside fighting it from there. And back in the tower, Mr. Hoy fetches a key from a drawer and starts running up the stairs. And he fears his end is nearing. BPO guards have entered the building. Admiral Zhao appears on the stairs to inform Mr. Hoy that BPO is attacking their people in Manchuria. So the BPO is trying to get people from all angles at this point. And so Mr. Hoy instructs him to evacuate everyone to Jeju Island.
Yeah.
Hi, Jeju. I love Jeju. And Sutra pops up as well, which is the woman that we saw Puck notice in the last episode or 2 episodes ago. Yes. And she then appears to inform him that the Queen of Naples is behind the purge. So that's Leela. I'm still mixing up with the other one. And Mr. Hoy warns her to hide. Riley wants to help, but Hoy says she can do so by paying her debt to the archipelago, which means doing what River asks her to do. So, River was hoping to have this conversation in person, and she thought the situation couldn't get more dire after Kroom's assassination, but she underestimated the chairman's ruthlessness. River says the pro-sensate fraction of the company is being hunted, imprisoned, or worse. Their only hope is if they kill Whispers. By killing him, they end the drone program and cripple the chairman's hold over BPO. She knows what they're asking of her, and her cluster is difficult, but it's war. And after updating her cluster on the purge and River's request and everything, Will's like, no, we can't. And so Riley goes back and is like, no, we can't do that. That's one of our cluster. We can't give that up.
Yeah.
Like, I like, it's definitely war, and I definitely see where River's coming from, but I also see where Riley's coming from, because like the feeling they have with their cluster is so large.
It's like, would you sacrifice like your friend or someone you love and care about for the greater good of the whole world, pretty much?
Yeah.
And that, I think that's the kind of situation with them, which is a tough situation regardless. Like,
it is, yeah.
Like, I mean, I know I would have done that situation, but that's just me. But like, I think in like real life situations, I don't know what I would like what you would do unless you're in that situation. So it is a kind of like, oh, I don't know.
In a theoretical situation, I don't think I'd be able to do it, because I'm very, like, now that I've retaken the MBTI, actually, my thing is the protector. So like I worry too much about what people will think of me on one side, and I also worry about like, well, I'm not as important as all y'all. I'm very Wolfgang in that area. So I would be like, you're more important, so I can't sacrifice you, like, to my friends. I can't do that. I wouldn't be able, I would 100% sacrifice myself.
Honestly, yeah, same. And that's something, like, if it was me who had to sacrifice, I'd be like, yeah, sure, go for it. But like, I feel like in most cases, it is easier to sacrifice yourself than someone you care about.
Absolutely.
So it's like a little tricky.
It's very tricky. So obviously they are not 100% on that, and so Will shakes his head. Riley conveys the message, and River says she understands. She just had to try. So she figured that this would possibly happen. And she warns Ursa to take her blockers, and she hopes that one day they will emerge from the darkness. Hoy says this is the end, and Ursa tells him goodbye. So those two are gone now, and now Mr. Hoy is locking himself in a room in his tower. He fetches a gun from a drawer and asks Riley to look away, saying like he's about to take himself out. And she's like, you can't do that. And he's like, I'm the speaker of the archipelago. I'm connected to so many sensates that could easily just track other sensates. If they find me, that's going to be detrimental to all of us, basically. Yeah. And Riley blames herself for getting him in trouble, but Hoy says she got him out of his coffin, and he very much thanks her for that. Now he can die without regret. And they're both surprised when Aunt Kirsty gets up from the chair in the room and is like, I'm not going to hear all this about dying. No. We're not going to be doing that.
I kind of love her, not going to lie.
I freaking love her. She's great. He's like, how the hell did you get here? She's like, by taxi. And he tells her it's not safe and she needs to go. But she's like, oh, it's a lot safer now since I chucked all those bullets out the window.
I love her.
I love her. She's fantastic.
He's like, the fuck?
I know, like, hey, like, and she says she promised Angus, her husband, that she'd mind him, so he should take a blocker in case they're arrested. It'll buy us a period of grace. And he's like, so wait, you knew about Homo Sensorium? And she was like, I was Angus's wife for 40 years. You can't be married to someone for 40 years without knowing a thing like that. So he probably trusted her enough to confide in her. And Kirsty assures Hoy that she'll be fine. As the BPO officers barge into the room, the connection is cut off. So Riley tells the others she doesn't really know what happened. He's just gone for the moment, for the time being. It could be the blockers, it could be death, who knows. So, yeah, that's one of their things. One of their connections are gone for the moment. Meanwhile, with Wolfgang, he's being visited by a very important person, the chairman, who wears his mask and his voice modulator. And Wolfgang's kind of taunting him for the moment. And the chairman's like, I'm not really afraid of you. Like, I just prefer anonymity. And he says that his kind has been subjugating. Oh yeah, your kind has been subjugating mine. Because there's only one voice telling me what to do.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is a point. Like, because Sense8, like, I'm not gonna side with the chairman, but Homo Sensorium definitely have a lot of factors that they take in.
Yeah.
Like, they've got 7 other people that have an opinion. So it's like, what should we do? Let's brainstorm. He's like, I only got one voice in here, and it's telling me to kill you. So
he's not a Sense8?
No, he is not. He doesn't like Sense8s. He very much hates Sense8s.
Oh, okay. I was dumb. I thought that's why he was hiding his face all this time.
Nah, he is not a Sense8.
I mean, after he reveals himself, I'm like, oh, that's why. You look gross.
That's why.
Like,
he's hiding his face.
Like, and then you can kind of tell when he walks in, like, you can see the burn marks on his hairline. I'm like,
you can.
The fuck happened to you, my dude? Like, fucking Two-Face over here.
Yeah, he's like Deadpool. He's like, something happened to you.
Yeah.
So he takes a gun and points it at Wolfgang, and he recalls Wolfgang's near suicide attempt a couple scenes ago. And Sense8s have, he's like, Sense8s, yeah, y'all have too many conflicting thoughts. There's a pure and simple cure to just shut you up. And it's to just pull the trigger. And Wolfgang's like, okay, go ahead. Pull the trigger, do it. I don't think you will. And he doesn't, to be honest with you.
Well, because he knows that he needs him alive.
He's like, fuck.
Yeah.
I really want to shoot you, but I can't. And so he tells Wolfgang he's leaving them in the morning, but he'll await his swift return. And Wolfgang is looking forward to that too, because he can't wait to kill you too. So it's very tense in the room. Now we've reached the section planning the exchange.
Ah, yes.
So while a handcuffed While a handcuffed Wolfgang arrives at a small airport, the rest of the cluster and their loved ones start planning the exchange. And Wolfgang is taken into a hangar by the secretary, who knows the blockers should be metabolizing and wearing off right now. And at that point, Kala appears. So it's like, yeah, it has worn off perfectly. And he's also greeted by Leela.
Hey.
And she reminds him that their fates are connected.
Yeah.
And the secretary explains that Leela is really only here because she's the only Sense8 connected to both him and Whispers. So she can guarantee both of their well-beings. Can she?
I mean, I think it's like, I mean, in their minds, like, yeah, she's the only one connected to both of them, where, like, it makes sense that she's, like, kind of like the one who does it.
Yeah.
So I can see that. Obviously, we know she has ulterior motives, and I love her for that. But, I mean, look, I don't care. I honestly don't give a shit. I love her.
I love how you were like, okay, here's what. Actually, no, I don't give a fuck.
She is so interesting, and, like, I kind of get her motives, almost. Like, it's, like, she's just looking out for herself, and if that means killing people or doing bad things, it's like, look, I do it to survive. Like, that's kind of her lifestyle.
She was also going to run every Neapolitan out of Napoli, so it can be a safe haven for Sense8s.
Yeah, a safe haven for Sense8s.
Yeah, but what about the poor Neapolitan people? Neapolitan people. Like, that grew up there. That's their home.
It was her home, too.
What?
The same.
She can't take a whole place for herself.
Why not?
Because it's a whole country.
So? This is war, okay? In war, you win countries.
She started it.
Yeah, because she wanted to make a change, and she made it, and she's making a change. Or trying to, at least.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying.
Anyway. Leela visits Whispers in that moment in his cell and asks if he's ready to come home. And Whisper smiles, figuring, oh, yay, she's gonna save me.
Plus, she screws Whispers, kind of, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, she has good qualities.
God. So Will uncuffs him, back at planning. He says he'll make contact with Leela since he's already connected to Whispers. And he knows BPO will lock the area down straight after the exchange. They're gonna attempt to really, like, lock them all in. And Leela and Wolfgang arrive at the club, while elsewhere BPO cars are parked. It's all going down. Amanita informs the others that it looks like BPO is not involving local police beyond the usual terrorist alerts, and Nomi thinks they can use that to their advantage. A disguised Leto approaches police officers in their car, and now that we know that they're like, they have terrorist alerts thing going out, we can use that with Leto, who approaches the police car and is like, oh my god, please help. Oh my god, a terrorist. They're terrorists. Please, they're terrorists. And so the police run off. And honestly, I would think they were too. They're wearing like suits and gas masks and like, they look suspicious.
Yeah.
If there's an alert out. So, period. Well done using that to your advantage. And since they had to evacuate the apartment, Bug has moved the technical support to a mobile response vehicle. And Bug is excited to be part of a planning scene. He's just very excited. He's like, oh my god, I'm here. I'm doing shit. This is great. And Bug parks the technical van and gets in the back with Nomi and Amanita. He still has to set some things up. And everyone's like, it's operational, right? He's like, it's almost operational. Okay, we need it now. He's like, it's totally operational. As meanwhile, the wire malfunctions.
Catches on fire.
It's on fire. But he puts it out. It's fine. Everything's gonna be a little touchy.
Yeah.
Will tells everyone that they'll need to have as many eyes inside the club as possible. The metal detectors will help, but they can't expect that Leela and BPO won't play by the rules. Like someone's gonna have a gun somewhere, for sure. And Kala and Rajan enter the club at that point, as do Lito, Hernando, and Danny. Inside the club, this dude, whose name I still can't pronounce, I'm so sorry, my man, who's in Leela's cluster.
Yes.
Is collecting parts of a gun from different members of his and Leela's cluster around the club.
This was kind of cool. I'm not, like, the whole, like, passing and, like, kind of like building your own gun. I was like, that's actually kind of cool. I like that.
Honestly, this is a very sick scene because of that. I won't lie. Like, just because they're, like, bad people doesn't mean, like, oh, that's fucking sick. Yeah. I like that. And Will says they need to look for any agent that BPO is sent here. They need to have eyes open. And Danny approaches two men at the bar, flirting, being like, you could buy me a drink. And they turn her down, like, immediately. And she's like, are they gay? And Lito's like, I fucking wish they were. And she's like, okay, we found two. And so they know that some of the BPO agents are in there. And Amanita accesses the club's camera feed so they can maybe have some more eyes on the field there. Capheus drops Riley, Whispers, and Will off at the back of the club and then visits Nomi to keep her up to date. Sun and Capheus are still in the van, and he asks if she thinks they have any chance of surviving this. And she says she didn't think she would survive prison or the gala, but they did. And it wasn't her that survived. It was everyone that survived. We did this. This was us. And he's like, yeah, I have a good feeling too. Okay, I'm in. And they do a little fist bump.
I love them.
They're cute with it. Oh, like they were like some of the first two sensates to like really fully connect because she kicked ass for him. Like,
yeah. And that's the thing, like, I think each of the cluster, like, they each kind of had, like, a duo early on, like, with Riley and Will, Wolfgang, Kala, Nomi and Lito, and Sun and Capheus. And I really like their interaction where he's like, oh,
it's like, oh my gosh, I've got it. It's here. I'm gonna kick ass again. I just fucking love them. And while planning, Riley reminds Nomi and Amanita that they have the codes to access the club cameras. So through the cameras, Bug, Nomi, and Amanita have eyes on everyone entering the club from probably most access points, to be honest with you, like exit, entrance, all that fun stuff. So they can see if certain people leave or not. And Will reminds everyone that as soon as they have Wolfgang, they get out and make their separate ways to the rendezvous point. And Kala has come up with a way to escape from the club to avoid stampedes or panic. She's modified the smoke pots that they use at festivals in India. And she's like, I actually made the smell quite intense. And she demonstrates it, and everyone's like, oh, fuck. And they all leave immediately. And she seems to be fine at first.
I know. I was like, is this not affecting you? And then it's like, she's like, oh, there it is.
No, there it is. There's the smell. So they all leave their little hideout because it's currently compromised. But we have a way to get everyone out. And so at the exchange, the cluster gathers in the van for a brief moment. They're like, this is it. Gotta do this right, or we're fucked. Riley and Will enter the club with Whispers on a leash. Dang. I mean, fair. He's gonna be a dog, treat him like a dog. Riley separates herself from Will and Whispers. Kala and Rajan are dancing, and on her way towards Will and Whispers, Leela is given the gun by her cluster friend. Kala points Rajan at Leela and tells him to keep them close to her. So as they're dancing, we gotta be like near that woman because she's like bad news. And Leela, Will, Whispers, and Wolfgang finally meet up in the middle of the dance floor. Will makes eye contact with Leela, establishing that they now have a connection.
Yes.
They have made eye contact. And Riley is then horrified to see Bodhi come up. She's like, fuck! She gotta fuck it up. And she warns Will and pushes Bodhi away just in time before she can use her knife to kill Whispers. Bodhi dodges a kick from Sun, manages to knock Will down. She grabs the leash and is about to kill Whispers, but Leela shoots at her and Bodhi runs off.
Yeah.
As does Whispers now, that no one is holding on to him. And Will informs everyone that he lost Whispers. It's like, fuck. We're screwed. However, Leela's friend captures Wolfgang at the exit. So they're still fucked. He informs Leela, who then tells Wolfgang that this is goodbye. She points her gun at him, about to shoot him, but Rajan notices. Rajan saves his ass.
Yeah.
He grabs that gun, points it away from him, and as they're struggling, Wolfgang pushes them both to the ground. However, he's soon attacked by Josh, who's the other guy in Leela's cluster. And as they're fighting, Rajan manages to grab the gun, point it at Leela, who easily overpowers him, takes it back. It's stressful. Having overpowered Josh, Wolfgang manages to run off before Leela can shoot him. So Wolfgang is free. He's out. And Will decides it's time for the exit. So Amanita has Danny and Hernando drop the pots. The smell fills the club, leading to a mass evacuation. And Wolfgang and Rajan have lost track of Kala, who has exited the club already with Lido, Hernando, and Danny. So she is safe. And they're heading for the metro. And it's time for Capheus to spring into action. So he removes the disguises from his van. This is a great van. It's got multi-use.
Yes.
And it's now a police van. Outside, Leela meets up with her friends and Whispers, and they make their way to the BPO cars, while BPO agents enter the club to look for Wolfgang and his cluster, but they're already gone. The secretary is like, there you are. I've been waiting for you. So, like, Whispers is technically now safe, in quotes. Riley, Will, Wolfgang, and Rajan get in the back of Capheus' van, and Nomi appears beside him to give him directions as he drives off. Sun is the last one to leave, and she kind of catches the eye of a few BPO agents and tries to ignore them, telling her to stop. So she's a little compromised. And Amanita asks if everyone's out. Nomi accounts for Kala, Lito, Hernando, and Danny. As the three of them enter the metro, Kala is wondering about Wolfgang, but he visits her, tells her he's good, and he tells her Rajan is with him. So he promises they'll see each other at the rendezvous, and after a quick kiss, Kala catches up with Lito. So everyone's safe except for Sun in this moment. But she's on her way to the metro too. She starts running when the BPO agents are now clearly coming after her. She's surrounded at the metro entrance and is forced to kneel on the ground. But a man approaches the officers.
The way I sat up from my bed when this happened, I was laying down. I literally sat up and like leaned and I was like, oh, I know that voice.
I know that voice. It's him. And one officer tells him to back off, but the man is like, "Oh no, I have a warrant for her. She's gotta come with me." And the man, this Mr. Man, now punches the officer, which Sun takes an opportunity to fight her way out as well. So they're kicking ass.
Yes.
Period. A couple who kicks ass together stays together.
Honestly, and this was when I said like when they're fighting with each other, it's so sexy. When they're fighting alongside each other, it's also still so sexy.
It's just constantly sexy.
Like it's so good.
It's so good. Oh, I fucking love them.
Oh.
So now Sun finally sees that it's Moon who came to her rescue. And he's like, "Hello, Miss Buck." And he's like, "I had some vacation days saved up, and I've never been to Paris. I've heard that people fall in love here all the time." And she asks how he found her, and he tells her that he tracked her phone, which was his first felony. He's like, I can say I've been with the police for a very long time and never committed a felony. That's no longer true. 13 years.
Yep.
It's no longer true. I totally tracked your phone. And also, we also learned she's no longer wanted by the police.
Yeah.
Which is great. She's free. And she wonders why he went through all this trouble. He's like, I'm not good with words, but I can show you. I swear to God.
I love them. I love
this
them
man
so much.
has like top tier game, honestly.
He got all the Riz.
He's got all the Riz.
He is like King Rizzler in this.
So these two are making out now, like in the streets of Paris. They're like, we kicked ass, it was hot, let's kiss.
The dream.
Nomi's like, so I found Sun. I think she's good.
She's
like,
all set.
She's really good. Like we don't need to worry about her. And she's like, I told her to throw the phone away. Those things are like so easy to track. But if I knew that, that means Sun knew that.
She fucking knew. She fucking knew.
Yeah, she's like, I knew he would come to me.
Oh my god, I love that. Like I love them. I just love them. They are the best ever.
Great.
They are so I cannot express.
They're just wonderful. They're just everything to me.
They're just I love them.
But while they're making out, we turn back to focusing on Leela.
Oh yes.
And Amanita informs them that they are just leaving the 11th arrondissement. So, inside the car, Whispers requests an immediate meeting with the chairman. He's like, I want to personally lead a task force to take those animals down. He's pissed now. He's like, they treated me like dirt, and now I'm pissed.
Mm.
And he also demands that his handcuffs be taken off. But Leela's like, just a moment.
She's like, no.
No. Give it a second. And Cafes is closing in on the BPO cars, but the cars seem to have stopped because of a roadblock. And Leela then brings out her gun, kills the secretary and the driver, as well as every BPO guard in the surrounding vehicles. Roadblock was set up by Leela's cluster, and 2 members from her cluster put Whispers in the trunk of their car. They all get in and drive off. So now Leela has Whispers, not BPO. And soon after, Cafes arrives at the roadblock, and the cluster wanders around the scene for a brief moment, and they realize that Leela set them all up. She set them up, BPO up, everyone. She's the mastermind behind this.
Yeah, she is.
And now we meet at the rendezvous. And most of the cluster and their loved ones already at the rendezvous point, which is a house on the French countryside owned by Jean-Pierre, who's a friend of Rajan's. So they're using his house for a bit.
Mm.
And Kala is one of the few who has yet to arrive. And Rajan's kind of worried about her, and Wolfgang thanks him for what he did for him. He'll never forget it. And he's like, most men wouldn't have done what you did for me. And he was like, it's fine. And they toast. So there's kind of like a slight understanding here. And so part of me wonders by this point if Kala has already told Rajan.
It's not though, because I think even at the wedding, Will asked if she talked to either of them, and she said and she doesn't answer and just takes a drink. So it's alluded to that they don't ever really talk about it.
I wonder if she told him there was something going on between her and Wolfgang.
Oh, maybe
That's
that.
different.
Okay, maybe she said that.
Yeah.
But they don't clarify anything, really.
No, they don't clarify.
No.
They don't really talk about it as a group. About what the fuck went on. But I think maybe she's already told him by this point that her and Wolfgang maybe have a thing. And that's why Wolfgang says most men wouldn't have done what you did for me. So I'm wondering if that's implied, because we don't really see them talk about that. At that point, Bug and Kala arrive, and Kala sees the 2 men waiting for her, and she's like, oh god, what do I do? And Bug reminds her of her capability to be in 2 places at the same time, which means that there are no rules here. And she gets out of the car, walks up to Rajan, kisses him, tells him he's so much more than the man she thought she married, which kind of mimics what he said to her of the woman I love is so much more than the woman I married.
Yeah.
And she hugs Rajan, and then while she's doing that, visits Wolfgang, and they kiss as well. And eventually she does go to Wolfgang, because it kind of cuts in a way where Wolfgang picks her up and it doesn't go unnoticed by Rajan.
Yeah.
You see him notice it. So.
And I think this is when, again, they link hands and again, you focus on the ring again, or I did at least. I think it happened here too, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so this is something to keep an eye on for the rest of the episode. Shit goes down, but not goes down. It's a thing. So we will go into that thing when we go into that thing.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
So everyone is now enjoying an extensive dinner, and Rajan brings out champagne. They all get a glass and toast to Jean-Pierre for his house. And Wolfgang gets up to say something, and he says he's lived much of his life with one friend, Felix. And he never knew what it was like to have people in your life who would fight for someone like him. And he thanks them for that. And Lito's like, "You big German lug, come here." And he like hugs him. And I'm like, I love all of you. And also, something to point out at this table is everyone is in their little groups. Like Will and Riley are together. Sun and Moon are together.
And Kathy is also kind of with them, I think.
Kathy's is over with them, I
he's
think.
like their group.
No one else is with him, so like...
Poor Kathy. I can't just say poor Kathy. Because his people don't come till the end.
Will wonders if any one of them would go back to the world they were used to. The sensates are shocked when suddenly Bodhi pops up. And all the sensates can see her. Not just one. So I wonder if that maybe is another little tidbit that maybe we would have gotten into if there was more of the show. It's all a lot of little things that maybe we could have learned more about, but Bodhi can't explain everything, but before she begins, they have to accept the mother's invitation. And that's in capitals, the mother. So they're all confused, but they end up at the Lacuna. And I'm pretty sure, like, this, we definitely would have heard more about this, maybe, if they were to continue. But they end up in this, like, remains of a church where an old woman is seated in the center. She is the mother. How I Met Your Mother style, all caps, the mother. And she welcomes them to the Lacuna. And Kala asks what that is. The mother calls it a home. It exists between what is theirs or ours. The senseis who live here curate a unique corpus of knowledge that has been passed down for centuries. They're in the world, but not of the world. And Will wonders why she sent Bodhi to kill Whispers. The mother expects Bodhi to be the mother of a future Lacuna. So she's like being tapped and treated as if she's going to take over.
Yeah, she's like the apprentice.
Yeah. And it's a worry as well as a source of hope that she retains a certain independence of mind. And Bodhi says Whispers must be destroyed. The mother reveals that Whispers is not working with Sapiens. They know his true goal. So he is using the drone assassin program to manipulate BPO. The mother says she is a trinity of mothers, and this is where we find out more about another mother in this cluster. She birthed a cluster. Only one of her 8 remains, and that's Whispers. So she is Whispers' mother. Mother.
Cluster
like
mother.
Cluster mother, thank you. And he murdered the other 7 of her children. And she felt each one. She tried to stop him, but she failed. And she fled from her life, herself, and the world until she came here. So Capheus wonders why they waited until now to stop Whispers. And the mother says that clustercide reeks a terrible price. And I hadn't thought about this until we watched this as well. Whispers did not just experience murdering people, he experienced it as both murder and murderer.
Yeah.
Because he felt his whole cluster's death as he killed each one.
It's like a weird masochism kind of thing almost, where it's like he killed
That's
them
gotta do shit.
That honestly is extremely interesting.
That's very interesting.
Like,
that's gotta do shit to your head.
That makes me look at Whispers really differently now. And I didn't notice that when I was watching the episode, but now that you mentioned that and brought it up, I'm like, oh, actually, that's really...
that's really interesting.
Like it now makes sense why he is the way that he is now and why he's so fucked up. And it's because he experienced 7 deaths and 7 murders as well of the same. Like it's like
it's crazy.
Damn.
It's very deep. It would have been so interesting to dive into all that, and it would have been kind of sick if we got like a prequel show or a prequel episode or something like that where we see
like a Whisper's backstory.
Yeah, his backstory. We see him do this. We see what the kind of price it wreaks on his soul. Yeah, like it would have been fucking interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
That would have been really cool.
Even a graphic novel, I'll take it. Like I just would like to see more about this. And it then dawns on the cluster that if Whispers could inhabit the zombies with his consciousness intact, and if he had enough of them, he could live forever. So it's like Horcrux rules, Harry Potter. Like, oh fuck you, that's right, you don't know. Basically, Voldemort had
I know what you mean. Like there were the comparison I was gonna make, but I completely forgot what it was. Of like inserting your mind, like it's almost like inserting your mind into like a robot or a computer, so you essentially live forever.
I see that. Yeah. And he's got like a bunch of these, like
a bunch of computers pretty much ready to.
Yeah, he's
be
got a bunch of
uploaded.
computers.
Yeah.
One dies, just go into another
Yeah.
one. And the Lacuna prizes its neutrality, but Bodhi argued that neutrality in the face of such evil is complicity. I fucking love that line. I agree. Because there is being neutral, and there's being neutral when so many bad things are happening, then you honestly become like just as bad, honestly. Like, you could do something to stop it and you don't, then it becomes the fact that like you're complicit in all this rather than neutral. You know, there's like, I'm trying to think of a comparison. This is a really dumb comparison. Have you seen John Mulaney's specials at all?
No.
There's one where he was like he was telling a story about it, like his father was like, oh, what happened to school today? And he was like, oh, like it was good, but someone pushed Tyler off the seesaw. He was like, well, what did you do to stop it? And he was like, nothing, I was over on the bench. And he's like, well, you should have done something. Well, but I was over on the bench. Like, he keeps going about it. It's like, I wasn't in it. I was over on the bench, like that kind of thing. And then suddenly his father goes, just tell me this. How are you better than a Nazi?
Yeah.
And like, it's very much giving that. Like I love this quote. I agree with it wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Like, if you have the power to do something, you should do it.
Yeah.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, or like, the only thing that for evil to triumph is that good people do nothing.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
So, she is arguing this because the mother doesn't really want to do this, but Bodhi says that she wants to. And so they're kind of, that's why the Lacuna decided to intervene. They kind of like put it to a vote. And Will asks if they can help find Whispers. And the mother says she'll always retain her connection to Whispers until death. So she's probably able to know exactly where he is right now.
Yeah.
So, we've got help. Kind of. We'll at least know his location.
Yeah, I will say, I feel like this scene was kind of just to tell us Whisper's location so they can move there. Like, we got some more, like, lore dump too. Yeah. But, like, it did kind of feel like a, like, a plot convenience. Here we go. A
means to an end.
Yeah, it was like, hey, let's introduce, like this person who we've never heard of or thought of before to give us all this lore dump and tell us where Whispers is so we can move the plot along, like... And, like, again, I get it got canceled, and it was kind of, like, wrapping everything up, but, like, it still kind of felt like... Because we don't see her again after this. This is the one scene she's in, and it's, like, the end.
Yeah.
So it kind of felt like, okay, like, I see what this is.
I see that, yeah. I feel like it would have been interesting to get more backstory on the Lacuna in, like, another season or a novel or what have you, but in this, it's just a means to an end at this point. And now, we're traveling to Naples. And we've split up, so we're not all in one spot. So Will, Riley, Lito, Hernando, Danny, Sun, and Moon are on the train to Naples. And Bog, Amanita, and Nomi are driving the van. And Capheus, Rajan, Kala, and Wolfgang are in the convertible. So everyone's kind of taking their own transportation there. This is a really nice kind of like little moment as well, because not only do we get the knowledge that Moon now knows about something that she's like.
Yes. Again, I love the casual reference to like, oh, it's her. Okay, so like, is she in your head?
So it's little things like that are really fun. We also have a moment with Rajan talking about like, I thought the worst thing would be like subpoena for the corruption trial, but like now I'm heading to Naples to stop a nefarious organization. Kind of insane.
Yeah.
So Rajan's like, this is weird. I'm in. Like and I love him for that.
Yeah.
But this is a really nice moment because Riley plays a song on her iPod and all the sensates can hear it.
That's so cool.
She also grabs out headphones
to like Sun, for the Moon and Hernando, and then like the not sensates.
Everyone can hear it. Everyone's dancing. Everyone's having fun. The sensates are specifically dancing in their mind.
I love the moment in the train where they're all dancing and then like cuts for like a second and they're just like sitting there, and then it cuts back and they're like dancing.
Because
that was so cool.
I love this scene. It's so good. It really shows like their connection and everything, and just the fun that this show has as well. Like it's a lot of danger, but like it's fun too because of stuff like this. The convertible arrives at a small parking lot at the Neapolitan coast. Felix is waiting there. Yay! And Wolfgang is very excitedly greeting him. And Felix was like, I was worried about you this time, dude. Like, I was really worried about you this time. I was like, I don't know what the fuck happened to you. And Wolfgang then introduces Felix to the others.
Capheus is like, hey, what's up, dude? And he's like, the fuck? He like picks him up and like spins him around or something.
He's like, hi, Felix, I've missed you.
Can you imagine? Can you just? I know we joke about Capheus like that, but could you imagine some stranger coming up to you and just being like, hey, and like picking you up and like spinning you around, be like, long time no see, and you're just like, who are you?
Who are you?
That'd be so funny.
Oh my god, he's so precious. I would freak out. But we also see that Wolfgang introduces Felix to Kala, and he's like, let me guess, India plan. And she's like, yeah. Hi, I'm Kala. This is Rajan, he's my husband. And Wolfgang's like, yeah, it's complicated. And he's like, all right, whatever. But he says he also brought a present from Fuchs to exact revenge on the Neapolitan bitch, he says in quotes. So evidently, Fuchs is really pissed at Leela for steering him wrong, or like, you know, planning all this shit against him. So he's gifted him a rocket launcher because he knows he likes those from what happened before. He's like, fuck yeah. So with the train, the intercom announces that the train's about to arrive, and as that happens, Jonas appears behind Will. And Will thinks Jonas is going to try and convince him to turn back, and Jonas is like, oh, I gotta try. He recalls a talk they had about how the world is full of secrets, and one way to survive is to become a secret yourself. Will asks what the secret is, and Jonas remembers brief flashes of Angelica killing the BPO staff once again, but he must keep the secret for now. He's got to do it until the very end. And Will tells Jonas they are not confident he'll help them end the fight after he did nothing while they were being tortured. So they're still not, like, super keen on him, but he's doing his own thing, and he's always been doing his own thing this whole time. So Will is then pulled into visiting Leela, and she knows everyone underestimates him. Wolfgang also appears in her home, and she's like, oh, great, are you gonna cause trouble? And Wolfgang's like, just really gonna enjoy killing you. This is gonna be great. And Leela asks Will if he's any fun. She's like, you're no fun anymore. Are you fun? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm the life of the party, especially when Kimura queens help organizations to capture and torture people I care about. It's great. And Leela says BPO is like any government. You have to speak their language. Force. She walks onto her terrace and informs her friend that this cluster is not going away. She's like, I told you they were not going to go away. And he's like, it's fine, they're too late. So Leela tells Wolfgang and Will they're about to witness a turning point in the city, and she's decided to build her sanctuary here. She and Will visit Wolfgang in the streets of Napoli, and Leela tells them that memories and history live beside each other out here in Napoli, and Wolfgang tells her she's a collaborator, not a revolutionary. And Josh is about to attack her friend, but Leela visits him and tells him to stay back. So, it's a bit tense. Back on her terrace, Leela talks about how this city survived armies and empires. An assistant brings her champagne and a blocker, and Leela tells the men that someone will survive this war, and that is going to be her. She takes the blocker and then goes to enjoy her view. So, she has a plan in place. Yeah. She just needs to enact it. And Kala, Wolfgang, Capheus, Rajan, and Felix are busy enjoying pizza. Yeah. Honestly, mood sometimes. Like, I like a pizza every once in a while. That's not true.
I mean, a pizza in Naples, like, come on.
That's actual pizza.
Like, yeah, like that's like the real shit.
That's real pizza. You need, like, I want real pizza.
Yeah.
Also New York pizza. I like New York pizza. But pizza from like the places that they were like made in, like Italy, Napoli, like things like that. That's like actual shit. Yeah. So they're enjoying this pizza. Felix is loving the pizza. Rajan recalls his time in the hospital and the delicious food he was giving. Felix is like, oh, what happened in the hospital? And Rajan's like, well, and Kala's like, no. Let's not tell that story now. We don't need to tell that story now. So that's funny. And the doctor does come back. We'll see him later. As the group exits the station, the ones that were on the train, Danny can't believe they're actually finally in Naples. Everyone's really excited. And suddenly they're greeted by Diego. Diego's here. Yeah. So evidently they contacted him. And he's like, hi, Will. Hi, Iceland. And as Diego asks who is human, amongst this group. Riley and Sun are visited by Puck.
In his fucking black bob, I knew it. I fucking knew it.
He does this, like, he goes, like, he meets someone, and then the next time you see him, he's dressed as them, like, kind of thing. Like, it just keeps happening. And I swear to God, part of me wonders if he knows he's doing it. Like, because every time Sun was like, dude, he's like, what? So, yeah, Puck's here. And the archipelago, it's hard to say sometimes, informed Puck and his group that they were coming, so Riley asks him about Hoy, and if Hoy is alive, he's on blockers because no one can reach him. And he then invites two of them to visit him, and he is eating spaghetti vongole in a local restaurant. He gobbles it down. It looks fucking good. Like, I'm actually quite hungry. I'm so excited. I'm getting my appetite back lately. Oh my gosh, I want food. So when he's done, he takes them back to the back of the restaurant. And meanwhile, the group gets into taxis. So Puck settles in the taxi with Riley, Will, and Sun, and is like, dude, the hair.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? She's like, Riley's like, it's creepy, dude. He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So part of me wonders if he knows he's actually doing it, but
I feel like he does. And I feel like he's just playing dumb.
And we know this is a wig, actually.
Yeah.
Because he changes into another hair a second later. I don't know whose hair, but he does. And so Riley and Sun are visiting Puck and his group in their lair. They're a group that hunts collaborators, and they have had their eyes on Leela for years. She's worked as a gun for hire in Europe and as a sniffer for BPO, but she has always remained close to her people here. And Puck introduces them to Alphonse and Sutra, who are part of the group. Leela's cluster is one of the worst collaborators. And they think she has smuggled the cannibal into the Palugio Rione. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. There are several palazzos from which the Palugio family runs their business, and they have no idea which one they're keeping Whispers, but Riley recognizes one of the buildings shown through Will's connection to Whispers and says, it's that one. She found it. That's the one. And the entire group has now gathered in the lair. Sutra says the Forcella, it's probably Forcella, won't be easy. The gate is off via Becchino. Oh, there's a lot of Italian words here. And guarded 24/7. Even the Policia is only allowed to, this is so hard for me to read, is only allowed to enter by invitation. Without one, you're met with a Kimura baptism, a shower of bullets at point-blank range. And Hernando suggests that they'll need a Trojan horse. So, smart. And it's a great Trojan horse, honestly. This is a very fun scene.
I specifically noted Sun and Moon in the scene being hysterical.
This is my wife. Take a picture with her.
I know. Yeah, it's like, hey, look, get closer.
I love this scene so much. My eye was on Wolfgang for a good chunk of it because there's one point where him and Felix are like,
oh, I saw that one where they're like huddled up together and they're like, oh no.
I love this scene. It's so funny. So everyone is on this tourist bus with Hernando talking about Virgil's poem De Aeneas? I don't want to say anus.
That's what you said the first time. I was like, what?
Well, it's a poem. I'll say that. He wrote Amor vincit omnia, which translates to love conquers all things. And Capheus then steers the bus to the Forcella's entrance. The guards try to stop him, but he slowly advances the bus into the building's courtyard nonetheless. Feigning this entire time that they're tourists, you know? Oh, I'm sorry, we just want to see Vincent, it's fine. Or Virgil, or whatever the fuck his name is. In the tech van, Nomi says phase 1 is complete. The horse has entered the building. The group gets off the bus, acts as enthusiastic tourists, admiring the building, ignoring the guards' objections. And meanwhile, Sun and Moon are like, take a picture with my wife.
It was so funny.
Oh, we're here to see Virgil. Oh my goodness. Like, this whole scene is so fucking funny. They have fun with it, honestly. Yeah. And Will visits Nomi and says this is where they have to be careful because they're going to start noticing. One of the guards does notice a little bit and fires his gun to make the noisy group get back on the bus. And they all raise their hands. They're like, shit, okay, we didn't know. We didn't know this was bad. They get on the bus and Caffius wants to start the van, but the engine sputters. Oh no. So Nomi announces phase 2, Operation Gas and Oil. Caffius gets back off the bus and goes to open the hood, claiming it's an oil problem. And Kala goes to assist him for a moment and tells the guards they'll try again. So they get back on the bus, but this time a lot of smoke emerges from under the hood, and Caffius yells for everyone to get off the bus, and they make it just in time before the bus explodes. But as they're jumping off, they're kicking people down. They're like, oh dear, I'm just trying to get off the bus. No, it's fine. And they all duck for the explosion and then grab the guns from their backpacks and purses as they get back to their feet and they start killing all the guards. What I love is that Wolfgang pulls these manly-ass guns out of his little pink backpack.
I noticed that. I was like, wow, that's great.
I was like, this is just wonderful. This is great. Top tier scene. And Leela's having her hair done on her terrace when she receives a call from her friend. And he's on a balcony of the Forcella and he sees everything going down. He's like, they're here. And so she tells him to keep them away from Milton and that she's on her way. So she's going to the Forcella.
Yeah.
Lido, Hernando, and Danny run back to the street while dodging bullets. They're not really cut out for shooting and fighting.
No.
So I would run. So it's time for phase 3, extraction. Bug gets behind the wheel of the van, while 2 guards follow the Mexican trio. Kala and Rajan enter the building through the door the guards just came out of. So they're in the building. While the van is penetrated with bullets, the trio gets in and Bug quickly drives off. They're getting showered with bullets even in the van, so they're like ducking. And while Sutra and Puck disarm the guards, Amanita and Nomi remind each other to just keep thinking about the Eiffel Tower. Sorry, a deep breath. Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower. It's fine. We'll get through
That's
this.
what you do to get through hard stuff. Think about the one thing you want to do.
The good shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. Think about what you're going to be doing in the future.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Think about what you're fighting for.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's how you do it. Sun and Moon, meanwhile, climb on top of a parked van to enter the building via a balcony. They parkour their way up there.
I love that.
Top tier. Felix, Wolfgang, Caffius, Diego, Riley, and Will take another entrance. After Wolfgang shoots emerging guards, the group splits in 2 to take opposing entrances. So everyone's split up trying to find him as fast as they can, because there's a lot of hidden places in these kind of buildings. Sun and Moon overpower gun-wielding guards on the terrace, and once they're done, Moon's like, I could do this every day with you, Miss Fox.
I freaked out when he said that more than I thought I would. Yeah, I was like, holy shit. Like, that is such a good line. Like, it's so badass. But, like,
it's so badass.
It's also so, like, charming and, like, sweet. And I'm just like...
He's very charming.
I fucking love him. Like, I do. I love them both. I just love them existing. It's great.
They're just great.
They're just great.
They're just wonderful. I love them so much. And Kala and Rajan are on a staircase. Nomi visits and informs them it leads to the top floor. Rajan is confused because she's just standing there. But Kala explains they're all covering different sections of the building since they don't know where they're holding whispers. So they gotta look everywhere. And they're surprised by a guard whom Kala overpowers and shoots, channeling Wolfgang. And she takes the guard's gun, uses it to shoot another approaching one in cold blood. And Rajan, I fucking love him. He's just like, my wife, you're a killer. And then she's like, oh, I'm so, yeah. And then he's like, teach me. I was like, I love you. I love you so much.
Rajan's
You're just a great guy.
best.
Rajan's the best. He's just the best. And so Wolfgang pops in for this moment and is like, okay, so this is a taser. No, we don't need that. And here's a gun, only point when you're sure and you're gonna shoot. So as they climb another flight of stairs, they're learning about guns. Meanwhile, Diego, Will, and Riley enter a room. There are signs that guards are nearby. Wolfgang, Felix, and Caffius are still shooting guards outside the building. Sun and Moon enter the kitchen at this point and shoot everyone present. But they hear more people approaching, so there's more to do. Will, Diego, and Riley are still sussing some stuff out. Everyone's kind of just like on edge, looking for armed gunmen. Diego is shot at one point, which is not good, but he and Will manage to kill all the guards present. He's okay. And he tells Will he should be in medical. It's like, God damn it, Gorski. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be in Florida. And Felix is also shot
Again.
by Leela's cluster. Again. He's like, why is it always me? So he gets picked up by Capheus to go back to the van because you're done. Once you're shot, you're out.
Yeah.
Get out. We don't want you getting hurt again. Sun and Moon are ambushed by 2 members of Leela's cluster at this point, including Josh. And they dodge their bullets and manage to overpower them in hand-to-hand combat because that is what they're best at.
Oh my god, I love them.
They're so good. But the strain actually caused Moon's stitches to open.
Oh, I didn't like this. I was worried for like 2 seconds. I was like, no, not again.
He's okay, but he was like, fucking Junkie. I looked at he's still hurting me.
I was just about to forgive him too.
I know. I love gosh darn. But he's okay. It's just his stitches tore, and they just need to keep an eye on it. But Leela and her crew at this point have arrived at the Forcella, and Nomi appears to Will and Riley and tells them about her arrival. Will says they need to clear this floor, but Nomi's like, he's probably upstairs, so just skip the floor, go up. And Wolfgang is climbing a dark staircase at this moment. Leela walks by all the dead guards. Everyone is, it's all kind of slow-mo and stuff like that about shit that's going down. A guard notices Wolfgang coming up the stairs. Leela finally arrives at Whisper's cell, and Kala is watching them. Leela tells him it's time to go, so Wolfgang shooting the guard startles her, preventing her from acting now. And however, she tries to cut off the group by running down the corridor again. She waits for everyone to have passed except Leela, and then comes out of hiding to shoot her, but Leela is faster and shoots her first, which I'm sure you're ecstatic about.
I am gonna be honest.
What?
I think she should have died.
No.
Hear me out. For a long time, I was hoping the show would end with one of the cluster dying.
I see.
It didn't need to be Kala. Didn't need to be Wolf. Like, it didn't need to be one that I would more like likely to. I wanted the reaction of the other 7 of one of them losing their own. I wanted to see.
We still got that. Kind of.
But it loses effect when she's fine. Like, it loses effect when she's fine. But like, I wanted, like, because I was like, oh, they're actually doing it. And then she's like there. I'm like, oh great. But like, I wanted them to experience that loss. I wanted them to all like go through that and grieve with that. And I also, slight spoiler for later on, I would have preferred if anyone on their side kind of died. Like, I feel like we didn't really lose anyone of importance.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like, because they're like, this is a war, like, shit happens, people die, and like, they don't really lose anyone. So I was kind of like, that's no fun. Like the one of the things about war is you most likely lose at least someone you care about. Like, even one in the cluster, maybe like one of the like loved ones in the cluster, like. You're like Hernando or Amanita, then, you know, like one of them, like losing someone. And the fact that they all kind of survive in the end was kind of like
I will say it would have been interesting if she did die. I will say I wouldn't have hated it.
Yeah, because I was really rooting for that, and the fact it was just Kala, I was like, oh, like this would have been the perfect moment, and like, yeah. So
I do see what you mean. It would. I'm always a purveyor of like, oh, wouldn't it be sick if they died? Like if someone died, like what a cool plot twist. I would have been sad, but what a cool plot twist. Like I'm usually that kind of person. So I do see where you're coming from.
And I've been wanting that for like a while because like, especially within the cluster, because like they're so like, you know, mentally connected in like all these different ways. They're like losing one of their own. Like I wanted to see that. I really wanted to see them experience a loss in such a big way, and because they knew this was the end, like this was going to be the end, there would be no more after this. Like this would have been the perfect moment to do so. And if they did in a weird, fun alternate universe thing, if they did kill her off or kill someone off or whatever, they could have done a spin-off called Sen 7, and then they could have kept the show going almost. So like
Sen 7.
It doesn't really work the same.
It's cheaper now because we can knock out one country.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. But like, no, I like, in all seriousness, I do wish, I wish we got to see that, and yeah, but whatever.
I see where you're coming from, and it does look like she's about to die for a second.
Yeah.
and everyone feels it. As stated many times before, they feel her dying, and it knocks them all on their feet, or off their feet, not on their feet. And Wolfgang finally arrives on the top floor, makes his way over to her, and he picks her up and lets her head rest in his lap, and he's like, oh god, she's dead. And so everyone's really upset, and Rajan comes in too, and it's like, my wife, no. And I'm saying this in that tone because she's not dead, you know. Like, yeah. But Wolfgang is then surprised by a visit from Kala. She's still in there, and so she's like, "Are you gonna do something? Or are you gonna let me just die in your arms? Like, hey, could you help?" And they were like, "Fuck, good point." So she instructs them to stop the bleeding. She knows what to do. She knows all about medical shit. So she's like, "I don't think I ruptured anything major. I can feel I feel that I'm losing a lot of blood. So you need to keep my blood pumping and my oxygen moving. So I need oxygen too." So they're working in tandem, him and Rajan, to keep her alive. And Rajan has a grand idea to use the taser.
This is
Genius. Well done, Rajan.
Like a little foreshadow of when he first picks up the taser, and he's like, "Oh no, this is a taser." Throw it, like the little foreshadow.
We don't need this.
So I was shocked, and I was like, "Well done, Rajan."
He kept that shit. He was like, "What if we?" And he remembered where it was, and he was like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna go get that. We need that."
Yeah.
Very smart of Rajan. They shock her heart. She wakes up, and they both kiss her. So yeah. They both kiss her because, like, they both love her. And she's like, "My husband, you're a genius."
Yeah.
He is. So they pick her up to take her to the hospital, but Kala wants them to get Leela. And it's like, well, you're not. Okay, you're gonna die if we don't get you somewhere.
Yeah.
So we'll get Leela. And Kaffia says Leela's pretty much gone at this point. Will adds they don't know where she's meeting with the chairman, but Nomi is like, we might. Someone just cleared a BPO helicopter to land at a heliport. So that is the only lead they have. They're taking it. So Riley tells Will that she can take care of Diego. She tells him to go. So Will runs there on his own. And when the helicopter approaches the helipad, Will runs out of the Fortella by himself. Although surrounded by his visiting cluster, he gets into a car and drives off, channeling Capheus. We're all there, technically.
Yeah.
So the hacker team informs him that the helicopter's on approach. Leela, her cluster, and Whispers, and a bunch of guards are waiting for the helicopter on the helipad. And Bug finds out that there's major military support going on there as well. So as Will is speeding to the heliport, Jonas appears in the passenger seat, bleeding from his abdomen, and is like, "Hey, I didn't mean to visit you. It just kind of worked out that way." So Will's like, "Okay, fuck, what's going on?" And he sees him pushing a cart of explosives down a hallway in a BPO facility. He's being chased by guards, manages to block them out by closing and locking a large metal door. And he tells Will that he's keeping his word. He's like, all of this was to keep my promise, and this is what I'm doing. So flashbacks show Angelica destroying BPO work, including her supporting Raul in blowing up himself in the cabin. And she's also shown pleading to Jonas to promise him. So it's a promise from Angelica that he's keeping. And Jonas is in a large room where all of the zombies are kept in their beds. They're all basically dead anyway. And he tells Will that this is the end. We're at the end. No more secrets, no more lies. He tells Will that after Raul was killed, they learned that Whispers was going to meet with the chairman to demonstrate the viability of the drone program. And flashbacks show him arriving and being greeted by Kroom. And Jonas says that Angelica had a plan. She smuggled 2 of her cluster into the facility. Secrecy was essential, but the pressure got to Harry once they were actually in the facility, which was one of her cluster. And he was going to just tell everyone, I'm sorry, it wasn't my plan. I didn't want to do this. But flashbacks show him telling Angelica that this is not how they planned it. So, and he's not her, and she's like, I know that. So as he goes to warn the BPO guards, Jean,
Sure.
Another secret ally, appears and kills him as well as the guards per Angelica's intentions. So, did she just kill
one of her cluster? Yeah.
One of her cluster?
One of her cluster that she probably forced into doing this? Yeah.
Did she fully just cluster side her cluster?
She fully whispered her cluster, yeah.
She whispered her cluster.
She did, and also I think forced him into the situation as well. And then when realized he wasn't up for it, she killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
That's looking like what happened.
That I did not like that, and it really left a sour taste of I almost called her Angelica in my mouth. After this, because that's kind of like the real last thing we see of her is her doing that, and then also getting her other cluster member killed too, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's like, what?
She could have been. Jean could have been like in on it right now.
Jean could, but we kept seeing her flashback as Angelica almost. With Angelica. So I feel like she may have been more cooperative, but I still feel like Angelica was the one who sent her here, told her to do this, and was still taking over at certain points. And I just, I don't like it.
It's not great. I will say that it's also giving. While it's not great, it's also giving. This is war. And tough decisions have to be made.
I mean, yeah, but earlier we were talking about how our cluster didn't do that to Wolfgang. They could have easily killed Whispers and they left Wolfgang. They could have done that and made this a whole lot easier, and they didn't. And Angelica...
True. And she did.
And it's like, it kind of feels a little like icky and manipulative because I'm assuming forced Harry or whatever his name was into the situation he clearly didn't want to do and wasn't cut out for. And she clearly knew that because he's like, this isn't me, this is you. And she's like, I know. And then kills him.
Yeah, she does. She kills him.
Like, why force someone who clearly didn't want to do this, clearly isn't up for this, to do it, and then kills them? It felt manipulative and felt kind of icky. And I get it's war, but it's a war that she signed him up for and then killed him.
I definitely
Which I didn't like. That's the...
It gave me the ick, too. It gave me the ick. Yeah. I was watching, I was like, oh, bruh, what did he do? Like, hey, Harry.
It really made me feel less of her character, and it's not a good look.
I definitely see that. I agree a little bit, honestly.
Yeah.
And she runs through this facility as Jean, trying to take everyone out, and eventually Jean gets like majorly shot down, so she could have very well like caused her death as well.
Yeah.
Did. And there's a timer though on the self-made bombs that she was running around, so it explodes and destroys the facility with the chairman in there. So that's what went down with him. That's why he wears all that shit. And Will is surprised to hear that it was Angelica who wanted to kill the chairman. And on the helipad, Leela is smiling as the chairman gets out of the helicopter. So we're talking about the chairman and we're seeing him in this moment. And while the BPO guards are working to destroy the metal door, Jonas tells Will about the secret he could not talk about, the psycranium, the device used to control the zombies. Angelica tuned it to the psychic ligature of Whisper's brain. He believed he was the only one who could control the drones, but he was wrong. Jonas takes the prototype Angelica made out of the briefcase. He secretly kept it as insurance, and Angelica appears and assists putting it on his head. So he is going to control someone, but we don't know yet. We will in a second.
Okay, yeah.
And the chairman tells Leela he respects what she's done, but he will destroy her if she betrays him again. And he has Habib, who we have seen before. He was used to kind of show what the drone program could be as well. Inject her, and Whispers with a blocker. And as he's injected, Whispers appears to remember him from the small demonstration he did for Kroom. So he's connecting all that. And the chairman tells Leela she can have her Rioni if she gives him Brent. And she asks for the one thing that will ensure her his continuing cooperation, his identity. Because she knows if she's seen his face and knows who he is, then he'll cooperate. Be like, okay, like, I gotta know who you are first, though. And as they agreed, he takes off his mask, revealing a horribly burned and disfigured face from the bomb that Angelica set off. And the voice modulator is because we also see a shot of him with something sticking out of his neck after the explosion. So that's mostly why he has that as well. So this is not just because he's paranoid. This is because he got fucked. Yeah. Like, he got blown up. And he says her kind did this to him. Mid-sentence, though, he is shot in the head by a beam.
Yeah.
Technically Jonas. So Leela retaliates by shooting him. So a bunch of people are now dead. The connection is disrupted. Jonas removes the device from his head. And Will asks what happened, but Jonas ignores his question. Angelica appears to Jonas and is like, you did it. Well done. And as the door is busted open, he says, I will always be here. And as he says that, and as they kiss, he says goodbye to Will, and boom, blows up. So Jonas is now dead. And so is all the zombies for the drone program. Period. And after he gets disconnected, Will's like, fuck, as he arrives at the heliport. So he's there, ready to go. The helicopter's about to take off, but Nomi scrambles the air traffic clearance to buy Will a minute. And Will's like, that's all I need. I'm good. That's all I need. And he drives past the guards, ends up crashing in his car into a bunch of oil barrels. And the crash draws Leela's attention. And Will uses a grenade to take out several guards, and then channels Wolfgang to take out the others by gunfire. On the helipad, Leela tells Milton, it's time to fucking go. Everyone get on the helicopter. So they get on. The helicopter takes off, starts to leave. But Wolfgang is like, alright, that's fine. They're not getting away. And in the trunk is the rocket launcher. Yes. We get to use it again. And he swiftly shoots the helicopter out of the sky. So the cluster gathers around Will as they watch the helicopter fragments fall into the sea. That's a word ocean? I don't know. Tier. I know how to say ocean. Oh. Tyrrhenian Sea. It's the ocean by Naples. Or Napoli. And it starts to dawn on them that it's finally over. They've done it. They've killed Whispers. They've killed Leela. It's all gone. I think I have a little headcanon that this was left ever so slightly open-ended.
Yeah, I was gonna say we didn't see a body.
We didn't see a body. Like, that's what I said to myself.
I low-key wish, like, at the end, like, I know the show ends with, like, the clusterfuck, which we'll get there, but I would have loved it if, like, there was, like, a little thing afterwards where, like, Wolfgang is, like, in the mirror cleaning up or taking a shower or whatever, and Leela's just, like, standing in the background, just, like, watching him.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that would have been really cool, but...
Horribly burned and disfigured? That would have been sick.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
That would have been cool. Oh my god, that just came to me. I would have been so into that.
But the thing is, though, like, if they did that, they would have needed another season.
You can't show that and then leave us on it.
How about instead of making, like, a show and seasons, why not just do, like, movies instead?
Movie, graphic novel.
Like, because this was kind of like a movie to wrap everything up.
This was a movie, yeah.
You could do, like, another, like, every few years, like, a movie or something. That way, movies, more budget, it's more story, like, and it's, I don't know.
I feel like this would have been good for movies.
I
see that. So basically, it's over. It's all over. And now, we get to go to a wedding.
Yes, on the Eiffel Tower.
On the Eiffel Tower. Very cool. Everyone is gathered on the Eiffel Tower. Riley is delighted to spot Mr. Hoy among the crowd. He's okay.
He's fine.
He's alive. He's fine. And she interrupts the conversation with River to hug him. She's very excited. And Hoy tells her that Aunt Kirsty laid waste to all those people too. You should have seen her. I barely believe it myself. So, in theory, Aunt Kirsty beat them all up. But, who knows what happened? I believe it.
Sure.
She's sick. Danny asks Kala about her gunshot wound. She's feeling much better thanks to their Italian doctor. He's practically family. And we have a little cut, a flashback to them in the hospital. The doctor enters the hospital room and he jokes that this time they didn't dodge the bullet.
Hey!
He's laughing. Wolfgang's like, what? And they're like, don't ask. So that's a fun little storyline that continued for a second. Yeah. Felix, Wolfgang, and Sun are smoking off to the side, and Felix asks Wolfgang if he's talked to Rajan about the future, and Wolfgang's like, no. And Sun is like, will it even work? And he's like, huh?
Yeah, which again means that they never talk about stuff.
They don't talk about it at all. It's just a little implied, and they just roll with it. Yeah. They're just fuck it, I'll vibe. And Shiro, Zakia, Jella, and Cassius's political team arrive as well. Jella's very excited. He's like, oh my god, we're on the Eiffel Tower. What the fuck? And so he hugs all of them, and they're all being cute and shit. And I love them. Oh. Diego asks, I can't speak anymore. I'm running out of speaking power. Diego asks Moon about the hearing, and Moon's like, yeah, the court exonerated Sun of all charges. She's fully free, thank God. Right. And they would have been back here sooner, but Sun wanted to introduce him to her family.
This
and
was
Diego's
fucking
like, oh.
precious.
Diego's like, fuck, that's serious. How did it go?
I completely forgot that her only family is her dog, and when I saw that, I'm like, that is fucking precious.
So
they should have brought the dog to the wedding.
I know. Where's the dog? just like him sitting there with the dog and just with the licking. I was like, stop. That's like the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen. Oh god, I love them. Next arriving are Nomi's parents, her sister, and her brother-in-law. And her mother is not thrilled.
So why invite her mother to this?
Oh, because it's her mother.
But like, in what universe would she do that? Like, I mean, it's like...
it's a tense relationship, and her mother sucks. I wouldn't have done it either.
Like, I'm like, why? Like, I mean, I know why for a story to, like, do whatever.
Nomi's probably trying to build bridges. Nomi is the kind of person that doesn't want to be like, fuck you, I'm never seeing you ever again. She's the kind of person that's like, please just understand me, like you are my parent. Like, she's that kind of person. So I see why she would invite her, and she probably would have, I know she would have invited her sister and her sister's husband, and she probably would have invited her dad because he was okay.
I buy everything else. Her sister, her sister's husband, her dad. I see all that.
Yeah.
The mom, I honestly would not have invited.
Knowing her dad, he was probably like, I'll make sure she stays, you know, like okay. And her sister too, because her sister literally just corrects her when she dead names her and is like, Mom, and she's like, fine, Nomi. So she's learning very slowly, but she's learning. And it turns out all she needed was some wing.
Okay, see, I have like conflicting thoughts on this. Like, I don't like her mom whatsoever, but I also don't like the idea of intentionally drugging someone without their knowledge, which is clearly what happened. She had no idea there was pot in that brownie. She had no idea. She doesn't even know what pot is. Like, there is no way she... And I that felt a little icky as well to me. I was like, why are you doing... Like, don't drug someone who doesn't know. Like, don't do that. That's real fucked up. And, like, I guess she sucks. I don't like her as a person, and I'm not even defending her at that point. I just don't like the idea of doing it that way. Like, and the fact that the only way she's okay with this is if she's high is kind of like, and what?
Yeah, I know.
Like, this whole storyline with the mom kind of felt like, it felt like a forced happy ending, in a way, almost.
I see that, yeah.
And I wasn't a fan of this. I wasn't a fan of that part.
They needed to do something because it ended, so.
Yeah, it wasn't for me.
I see what you mean. At this point, though, Capheus points at River and tells his family and friends that she's a special minister in the French government who made all of this happen. And Capheus then takes them to introduce them to Sun, the spirit of Jean-Claude.
I fucking loved this moment.
It's you! Oh my god, this is you! Precious. And I love that Jella is like so excited about it. Because like Capheus did tell him a while ago, just like in a kind of small kind of way.
Yeah.
But it's great that he finally got to meet like the person that helps Capheus kick ass.
This was so precious.
So precious. And Riley gets to introduce Will to her father and Sven, and Gunnar knows what he did for Riley, and he said he'll never be able to thank Will enough. And so Will says, oh, the day I met Riley was the best day of my life. And it's like, yeah, your life fucking changed that day. But they're all it's all very precious. It's all very happy ending-esque. And Amanita's parents meet Nomi's family at this point as well. And Grace is like, oh, I'm her mother, and the three behind her are like, and we're her dads, Mamma Mia style. And they're like, oh, you must be so proud of her. She's like an amazing young woman. And Janet's like, and her dad's like, thank you, we are. We're very proud. So it's good to see her dad has fully come around pretty much. And one of Amanita's dads said they were just talking about how their daughters met, which is the story of them in the bookstore, and the book she was looking for was in Amanita's hand, and it's love from there. And at this point now, the wedding ceremony has begun, and Riley's dad is playing on the piano for their entrance, which is really sweet. And Grace is walking Amanita down the aisle, followed by the three dads. And she appears nervous as she takes her place in front of River. And Bug walks Nomi down the aisle, which I think is a great decision.
This was sweet. I did kind of feel like bad that the dad wasn't doing it because the dad had recently come around, and like I felt like that would have been maybe like sweet, but like I did like that with Bugs as well.
Yeah, like when choosing to like someone to walk you down the aisle at your wedding, I'm sure like the whole thing came into question of like who is the most of my family. In all these people, and I'm sure Bug like won above her father.
Yeah,
because he never strayed once. He was always grateful for her and loved her. So I think he was the perfect choice for this. And he tells her she looks beautiful, and he thanks her for being his family, and she says, "Thank you for being mine." And I'm like, oh, fuck off, you guys are adorable. And as she takes her place, Amanita tells her she looks amazing, and like, you do too.
I did know something.
They're being cute.
I didn't know something.
Really?
Has Nomi always been that much taller than Amanita?
Maybe she's wearing heels.
They were both wearing heels.
Oh, fuck.
Because I looked at it, I was like, what? Like, I didn't realize she was that taller than her. Mainly because I feel like most of the time they're like sitting down on the computer, so like we don't really seem to stay next to each other. But like, she's like I took a moment. I was like, wow, is she really that much taller than her? I just noticed now.
I will say this: how tall is Rima Ajamin? Because
who's that?
Amanita.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm assuming that's one of the actors.
She's in Doctor Who, so I know her by her name. Yeah, she's 5'2", so she's a little shorter.
Okay.
And Jamie Clayton is 5'10", so.
Oh yeah, okay. That makes sense.
There's a few inches there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I was curious, but like, cause I did not notice till this moment when they were standing in front of each other. I was like, I spent 2 seasons of the show, and not once did I notice, but still now.
Watching Doctor Who, I feel like I remember her being a bit short. But that's because I thought David Tennant was just tall.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're getting married. It's very cute.
Yes.
And River starts the ceremony. She said the recent events have led her to realize that things are never just one thing. How people endow what is familiar with new, ever-evolving meaning, and by doing so, release us from the expected into something unforeseeable. It is in this unfamiliar realm that we find new possibilities and hope. This Eiffel Tower was conceived in gratitude for the French Revolution. It has fulfilled many different functions, including an aspiration for a better and brighter future. Similarly, plural in meaning is a wedding. It is a celebration which can also be understood as a union of two families, and in this case, the union takes on an even deeper meaning. For her, this wedding is proof that for all the differences between us and all the forces that try to divide us, they will never exceed the power to unite us. I love that line. All the guests are like holding hands, and it's a really nice moment. Like everyone just like holds each other's hands. Like, yes, we're united, bitch. It's just a lovely scene. And when they do their vows, Amanita tells Nomi that we live in a world that distrusts feelings. Over and over, we are reminded that reason is more important, and that feelings are childish and dangerous, and we're taught to ignore, control, or deny them. We barely understand feelings, but Amanita knows that feelings matter, whether they're small or huge. If you're lucky, a feeling comes along that will change everything, and she remembers such a feeling from when Nomi walked into her bookstore. She has the same feeling now, that this is home, this is her future, and this is my wife. And I'm like, oh, I just love them. I love weddings. And she trusts that feeling more than she's ever trusted anything in her life. So, and Buck brings the ring. She puts it on Nomi's finger. It's very cute. And Nomi tells Amanita for her vows that she's afraid of things that pretend to be permanent because nothing is. Her life, especially the last 2 years, is a testament to the fact that things and people change. But with Amanita, that doesn't scare her, and it actually makes her happy and excited because she can't think of a better life than watching Amanita change and evolve. Which is really, I love that line too. Like their vows are just really nice. Like they're just lovely. They make people want to believe in love. And she tells her that she would love nothing more than to live in France in the little attic apartment, and she may not be a tragically detached French girl, but she wants to bring her tea while she writes her novel. And they're perfect. They're just perfect. I just really love them so much. And Bug brings her the second ring, and she puts on Amanita's finger. So they're married now, yay! And the crowd is cheering, yay! And their kiss is celebrated with fireworks.
Yes.
And River says this is a gift from Paris and the new BPO in honor of the new accord. So apparently there's a new accord that is stop killing people. You know,
cool. Yeah.
Chill, leave them alone. Let us live in harmony. So BPO is pretty much good now. Thank God. If there were another season, I'm sure there would be someone popping up going, no, sensates are bad. Like, yeah. I'm sure. But there's a new accord. We're good. The newlyweds and their guests watch the fireworks. Everyone's having a good time. And once the fireworks are done, all the couples are dancing together to Nothing Matters When We're Dancing, which is being played by Riley's father as well. He's just the music for this wedding. Wonderful that he lended his services for this. And a French woman tells Bug that she always cries at weddings. And he's like, I do too. And they start dancing together. So Bug has kind of found someone. Yeah. Maybe. Go Bug. And the rhythm kind of changes to a dancey beat. Thanks probably to Riley. We don't see her doing anything, but like it was probably Riley. And everyone's just having a good time. Janet is offered the brownies by the Weed Fairies from episode 1. I asked you to remember them. You didn't, did you?
I did not.
You didn't.
I recognize they were dressed as fairies, but that was about it. In first episode of season 1, Nomi and Amanita are sitting, ready to go to Pride or something like that. They're just chilling, and these Weed Fairies are dancing around them, and they're like, brownie? And they're like, okay, should we? Why not? So, like, they come back in the final episode. Okay. They're the same Weed Fairies. They have invited them to the wedding. When you need the Weed Fairies, they are there. We stand. But yes, she's given the brownie. They're like, you'll never be the same again. Alluded, but like, but she doesn't know.
I don't think she'd pick up on it.
She had zero idea they were pop brownies. We got addressed. Like, yeah. Okay, I do see what you mean. Yeah, the sole little wrap up with her mom was a bit icky for me, but
a bit icky. I see what you mean. I kind of agree. But at the same time, Rajan and Wolfgang are dancing together in the crowd. And at the table, Will asks Kala if she's talked to either of them. She's like, no. And he asks if she knows what she wants, and she's like, oh, I don't know. She's like, I'm just gonna, alcohol, that's what I want. I want alcohol. And in the dancing crowd, Grace, Amanita's mom, is having everyone's having brownies. Brownies are the thing of choice at the wedding, which makes sense for two Californian girls, and two LGBTQ California girls from the Castro. That makes perfect sense, actually. But everyone's having a lovely time. And while she's dancing with her sister, Nomi is approached by her mother, who spontaneously uses her real name. She's like, "Oh, Nomi. Oh, I don't know what I was thinking. That's a beautiful name." So I'm not like defending the drugging of random people. But like. And I do understand why this was, just to close everything up, you know? But I will say, like alcohol, stoned words are sober thoughts. So I think she just needed a little nudge. She just needed a little nudge. She was a little too up her own ass.
I mean, yeah.
She just needed a little nudge. So I think she was already thinking, she was already like on the way to being like, okay, I'm kind of accepting it. But she was too up her own ass and too prim and proper to ever say that. She was never going to admit to that. However, now she has. But I don't doubt that when she gets unstoned, she'll be like, ugh, you and your radical, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm sure she'll go back a little bit.
I will say, and I do agree with that, because like even when they first arrive, like she does call her Nomi when like Nomi's sister is like, Mom, and she's like, Nomi, like, she still
before
does.
She wouldn't have.
Exactly, like, she has never once said that, period. So I think that just showed that she is still, like, she is slowly trying to, like, I don't know if I accept it or she's kind of, like, surrendering to it and just kind of give it up fighting it. Maybe, I don't know. But, like, I don't like the drugging of random.
I know, like, I do agree.
It just feels icky to me. I don't like it.
I do agree.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and her dad's drugged too, so I do agree. That's like not great. Like,
see, I don't think he knew why. Like, and he was actually nice. He didn't need that.
He didn't need that. He was actually nice, I swear.
He was. He came around.
But yeah, I agree a little bit there. That it was a little. As they're dancing, a smiling Angelica appears in the center of them, kind of like spinning around and just watching her children live on happily. So. And Kala and Rajan have news for Nomi and Amanita as well. They want to pay for their honeymoon wherever they want to go. And the couple says there's actually only really one place they want to go. And that's to the bedroom.
Yeah.
And with that, we move on to something titled The Final Orgy.
Oh, see, I had a name for it, which will be the name of this episode.
Really?
Yes.
I'm excited.
Okay, so it's Clusterfuck 3, The Final Fuck Tier.
I love it.
Great.
I love it. We love a final clusterfuck.
Okay, Final Fuck Tier, let's go.
Yes, obviously there's not much to explain here, but I'll go through these 2 paragraphs,
Yes.
I guess. Because there are little bits and pieces. The couples kind of all retreat to Kala and Rajan's apartment now that it's free from, whatever, people trying to kill them. And they all have a drink, and they're getting all chill, and Danny joins Lito and Hernando, and Kala and Rajan are surprised to find Wolfgang already half naked and waiting for them on the bed. And he's like, come on! And then Kala looks at Rajan and he's like, sure! And so, this is basically to, like, insinuate they're a throuple.
So, okay, so here's my thoughts on this, because I'm sure you've been waiting for this. Okay.
I've been waiting for it.
I actually really like the idea of them being a throuple.
Yes!
I think it's great. However,
oh.
I don't like the idea that they kind of glossed over the whole affair thing. They completely glossed. There was no real mention of it. There was never real any outcome of that. It kind of just, it goes back to what we were talking about with Nomi's mom, where it's like, oh, they just want to wrap everything up in a nice little bow and have everything be all happy ending. So it's like, yeah, make him a throuple. Let's do it. And it kind of like, it kind of like, I wish there was like more of a thing, like, hey, like, they full on had an affair against Rajan. Like, I feel like there should have been more of that. And the fact that, again, it glossed over and is never once seen as, like, really a negative thing. Like, I don't think anyone calls out Kala and Wolfgang's relationship as a negative thing, or them having an affair, or cheating on Rajan. No one really calls it that. They keep telling Kala, like, oh, you need to decide, like, what are you going to do? But they never address it as a negative thing, which I really didn't like, because I kept, like, the whole season I've been saying, like, they're having an affair, this is so bad. And, like, the fact that it gets all tied up in a nice little bow with a throuple, I'm like, honestly, I don't mind it. I think that's a great way to end. I just wish there was more of the negative of the affair stuff, and let's have a happy ending. I don't like the fact that they didn't really show how bad the affair was, or how bad an affair is real in general. And I don't like the fact that no one calls out on it except me. I felt like I was the only person
doing it. Alone.
Again, and I don't know what the majority of the fans thought, but I feel like, again, I'm alone in this. Once again, in the minority, party of one, just me hanging out here. And like, I hate to say this, and I know you're might be mad at this, but they kind of got the Yi treatment of doing these bad things and never being called out on it, and never being seen as like negative as it is.
Never ever compare anyone to that horrible man.
Am I wrong though? But like and one thing that pissed me off most about Yi is that the show didn't address him or his actions as bad. And the same with the affair stuff, is they never address it as bad. No one calls out as being bad. And like, even Bugs in the car, like before is like, look, you need to decide, just do it with both of them. And it's like, how I don't know.
You're like,
here's the thing. And a part of me thinks maybe it's like, I know nowadays, like within the past few years, like people have really cracked down hating the cheating and affair storylines. So I don't know if maybe this was before all this, like when that was real, like such a big negative thing, which could have been the case. But like, as someone who didn't watch it before then, is watching it now in that time, and like hating affairs and cheating and all that stuff, it infuriates me. I don't like this. Like, it would have been better if there was like, if it was kind of like who is Kyle gonna choose, and like they all kind of knew earlier on. Like, it was kind of like like Rajan knew early on that there was like a thing there, and like Wolfgang knew, and they were kind of like, it's kind of like they were like not really fighting over her, but they were kind of like trying to like woo her over and bring her to her side, and then they end up being in trouble. I think that would have been handled better. But the fact that he didn't know till this episode, like for so long, like this goes on, and just like, I didn't like how they handled the affair. I feel like this show does a lot of things great, and the way they handled this affair storyline with those three, it wasn't great. it wasn't well done. It wasn't done well enough in my eyes. I think, again, I don't mind the idea of the throuple, because actually I thought it was really great and kind of like hilarious.
Because I know that in the past you've been like throuple.
I do, and hey, I am all for a throuple. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I just want it to happen in a good way, and the fact that it didn't, with the affair going on for so long, and that never really had a conclusion, annoyed me. And I don't want to say maybe not like the throuple, because again, the throuple idea is so fun, and like just them all doing it, I was like, that's great.
Yeah.
But it doesn't erase the affair part for me, and that is really the thorn in my side when it comes to them.
I see that. I come from a point where I usually come from this point is, hey, if Rajan's happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I usually come from that point, so, but I do see what you mean. It would have been more interesting to get like more discussion on like, hey, how are we gonna like handle what happened before and how that affects now and things like that.
Like, I would have liked a moment in this episode maybe where like Kalame tells Rajan about her and Wolfgang and the thing they've been doing. Maybe have him be mad. Maybe have him even storm out for a bit and leave, and then maybe come back and he's like, no, I love you and I want to fight for you, and then have him and Wolfgang be more like buddy, and like realize they can like put this to a side and like still like buddy, and then like have more interaction with those two specifically. We did get a little bit here and there, but like,
yeah, I would like more like, hey, you're kind of cool.
Yeah, I would like more with those two to like really show that like they're also into each other eventually as well, and then make the trouble happen. Like, because had the affair been addressed and shown in a negative light at all, I would have been so happy and I would have loved it, and I honestly would have loved the throuple ending idea. I think that would have been great, but alas.
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah. But everyone's happy as they're doing stuff. Every couple, basically, including Sun and Moon.
Yeah, Sun and Moon.
You were like hoping. You were fucking hoping.
Also, what's her name? Zakiya?
Yeah, Zakiya and Capheus.
Zakiya literally just came for the clusterfuck, and I love that for her.
She did, yeah.
Like, literally, she was on the phone at the beginning for like 1 second, and then she comes for the clusterfuck, and I'm like, you are great.
Hey, she was also in Clusterfuck Adjacent.
She was. Yeah. She was in Clusterfuck, what, 2.5? Is that what we called it? Clusterfuck 2.5? Yeah.
Congratulations, Zakiya. You're getting
all the clusterfuck. Great. Love it.
Everyone's in it. Even Will and Riley are in it too.
Yeah.
Everyone's having snacks.
You good? You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Swear to fuck. So, but while everyone's, Rajan like pops up and he's like, "Wow, I didn't think such things were possible. This is great." And they like yank him back down. I'm like, "Aw, he's discovering new shit. I'm so happy for him."
Also,
but
okay. Can you please name everyone who was in the clusterfuck for me?
Okay. I will try. Is Danny, Hernando, and Lito.
Mm-hmm.
Will and Riley.
Mm-hmm.
Kala, Wolfgang, Rajan, Zakiya, Capheus, Sun, Moon, Nomi, Amanita. I think that's it.
I swear to fuck, at some point I saw bugs in there. I am not making this up.
I don't think bugs in there.
If seriously pull up the episode, because I swear I had like a moment of the fuck. It's like in a shot where it's like just all the bodies together, and in like the top right corner, I swear I saw Bugs' face.
Just like
no, I'm like in there. I'm like, wait, why are you here? Who are you with?
Oh my god, that is Bug.
I told you. Why is he there? Who is he with?
Why is Bug there? I've never noticed that.
No, because that means that he was with one of the cluster. Did he like join Nomi and Amanita after this? Like, what happens? Why is Bugs in the clusterfuck?
It like looks like him, but also like a dollar store version of him. Like
it does kind of look. It doesn't look exactly like him, but like, who else would it be? Because no one else has that hair.
Who else would it be? Like
no other person in this looks like. I mean, maybe Felix, but like, I still don't think that would work either.
No, it wouldn't be Felix. Is the thing. I do know that in this scene, some body doubles were used. But I don't know who he would have looked like in order to be a body double.
I think Bug's joined a clusterfuck. And I don't know how, which means he joined one of the couples having sex.
What the fuck? Bug, where did you come from?
So, are we saying that he went in with Amanita and Nomi and just, like, had it out with them?
I don't know. Maybe?
Because, like, who else would he join in with? And that's weird, because he just gave Nomi away at the wedding.
He did give Nomi the... I don't know why he's there.
And now he's, like,
I have
taking
no
her
idea.
back.
Guys, if you know, if you've watched this, who the fuck that is, if it's a body double, who are they supposed to be? Like, I am confuzzled.
I saw that and I was like, why is Bugs in this clusterfuck?
I never noticed that. That's crazy.
I saw it and I immediately, I didn't pause or take a time or anything, because I was like, I'm like, the fuck, Bugs?
But...
Holy crap.
Christ. Well, it's a wonderful little clusterfuck.
Yes.
And the last shot of the show is the rainbow dildo.
The rainbow dildo. I get to see it this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Voila. The rainbow dildo.
It was, I'm pretty sure it was wet. At the end.
It is. It's wet. I still have it up. It's wet.
It was definitely moist.
It's no, I hate that word.
It was the most moist it has ever been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christ. But I love that that's the last shot. That makes me laugh.
Yeah.
And they have a little For Our Fans thing at the end as
I
well.
watched that. That was sweet.
That was very cute. And that's where the show ends. Who is your MVP for the final
fuck
episode?
Me.
I know.
I completely forgot about that.
Finally, I'm up one. I mean, I haven't thought about it. But
I mean,
finally, I'm up one.
I mean, I got mine. I gotta trust my gut with this one.
The cluster worked together like so well, and everyone had their own thing that they did. So like, I think they were all on equal footing. So I'm having trouble deciding between anyone in the cluster. So I'm gonna decide out of the cluster. Cluster, we already know, did phenomenal. So I'm gonna decide out of the cluster for like an out of the cluster decision.
3, 2, 1.
Bug.
Moon.
I knew you would choose Moon.
Dude, I love him. Like, he is so good. Like, he had all the Riz coming back in that way. And, like, him and Sun fighting are so sexy. But, like, also, like, he was just so, like, chill and badass. And, like, honestly, though, I will say, with a toss-up between him or Rajan.
I was gonna say Bug or Rajan,
Because
so...
Rajan was also really good. But Moon just, like... I got up from my bed. I was so excited to see him again. And, like, his little, like, oh, I missed you more than anyone else's son. I'm like, dude, like, you are... Girl, I love you. Like, he is so good.
I love you. I was stuck between Bug and Rajan, too.
Yeah.
Rajan was great. I think he was game for everything, and that's why I really wanted to choose him. But Bug came in clutch. He had all of the equipment. He walked Nomi down the aisle. He was always there for them, whatever they needed. And he also ran back into the apartment when everyone was still on the roof with Nomi and Leto. Like, despite not being a sensate at all, he was like, I gotta save everyone. Yeah. Like,
but I also think that was because he was scared of heights and he wanted to get down from there.
Well, yeah, true. But like, also because he wanted to.
Yeah, no, I know what I mean.
Like, he's got the van. He came in clutch a lot, and I think without him, we may have been doomed. But hell yeah, go Bug. All right, grades.
Oh, I forgot about that too.
I know.
I forgot about everything.
It's the last one. That's why I don't have to give you vibes.
Oh, true.
So the title was Amor Vincit Omnia. You said maybe had to do with Amanita and Nomi. No. You were wrong. It was Hernando that said it. So
that makes so much sense. Though I was dumb. I'm sorry.
I know he's the philosopher. I was like, come on, really think about it.
Well, like but then you said wedding, and I'm like, wedding, love, you know.
I did say wedding.
Like I felt like that would have been such an Amanita thing to say at a wedding, like that.
It could have been, but like it's more of a Hernando thing.
A literature person.
Yeah, that's true.
She likes books.
But you got wedding right.
I did.
So there's something. You did. Nomi Namnita. Clusterfuck 3 was just a fun vibe for you.
The
you
final fuck tier.
Mother times 2 was about Wolfgang and Whispers, both mothers. And you said Will and Whispers. So I'll give you a half point for that.
I'll take it. I was shocked I got Whispers right, I'll be honest.
I know, good job.
Like I was leaning more towards Will being right, and then Whispers was just like a shit guess.
You actually got Whispers. I said Moon, you said Sun. You were right. Telling the truth Did I give you a half point for that?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I did give you a half point for that because telling the truth, I was referring to Kala, telling Rajan about the sensates and everything like that. Them telling Rajan, but you said Lito, Hernando, and Danny, and they did find out because they told them the truth at one point. So I'll give you a half point.
Yeah, okay. Because I was gonna say cause that's the first thing I thought with telling the truth about Sensei. I just didn't realize, you know, I forgot about.
This could have been for any of them, so I'll give you a half point.
A lot of people learned this episode.
Yes, a lot of people learn shit. All right. We're done.
Woo!
Oh my goodness. I'm so sad, but excited that it finished.
Yeah. So next week will be our after show.
Yay!
Yes. Where we'll be doing our tier lists. I'll send out questions on Twitter if anyone has them. I will... Oh, quizzes. Are there quizzes?
I'm sure. This came out in like, what, 2017?
I was gonna say, I feel like there are. I'll check there and see what we got.
Yeah, look at you quiz. I'm sure there's some.
Yeah. And then OTP or no, ship or rip it. Just classic
ship it or rip it.
Classic ship it or rip it. We're dealing with all adults here.
There's clusterfucks. Okay,
there is
like we're doing
all the clusterfuck. Oh god, should we do like clusterfuck version? If like we end up like what?
What would that even be?
It's like we spin the wheel like 4 or 5 times and like just like have a like group them in clusterfucks.
No, we're not doing that.
Why not? That'd be fun.
No, it would.
Okay, fine. We will stick with the roller ship or rip it, and then we'll go from there.
Yay.
Okay. But yeah, we will see you all next week for that.
See you then.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.